to the floor. My bed is all my fault.
उड़ा मैं नींद से, देखा जो सपना वो सच था। घर पे एक कुत्ता है, गाड़ी दो चार दोस्त और एक स्टूडियो मस्त था। बस अभी तो लगा पैसों का है चस्का, सब कुछ लगे अपने बस का। म्यूजिक में नशा, मैं झूमता ही रहता, पता मुझे करूँ क्या इस कश का। मेरा शहर, मेरा घर, मेरा दिल यही, मेरे दोस्तों से सही कोई महफिल नहीं। मैं बाहर ज्यादा घूमने पर मन रहता घर पे, यहाँ हफ्ते से ज्यादा घर पाता कहीं फील नहीं, फील नहीं। इस हवे में गम है खुशी, इस हवे में जोश, सब कर लूंगा खुद ही। ऊपर से साथ मेरा क्रू, सब कुछ है सॉर्ट, गिव अ फक अबाउट हू। ज्यादा कमाने का शौक, बचाने का कम, उतना ही खाते हम जितना हजम। माँ बाप के चेहरे में दिखती जो खुशी है, लगा नहीं सकता कोई उस पे रकम। खुद पे नाज भी है, कुछ हमसे नाराज भी है। वक्त ना रुक सके हम तो, किसी ना किसी का छूटना लाजमी है। भूख तो आज भी है, बस बदल गया थोड़ा मेन्यू। पार्टी तो आज भी है, बस बदल गए थोड़े वेन्यूज। बिजनेस तो आज भी वही, बस बदल गया है रेवेन्यू। सेकंड हैंड गाड़ी का शौक, पर बाकी सारी चीजें लेते हम ब्रांड न्यू। नए सपने, नए मौके, नया दिन, चल पड़े हम करने चेंज अपना सीन। हो इंसान तो बदलते रहेंगे शौक, तो करते रहने फरा हसल till I'm gone, नए सपने, नए मौके, नया दिन, चल पड़े हम करने चेंज अपना सीन। हो इंसान तो बदलते रहेंगे शौक, तो करते रहने फरा हसल। करना मुझे जो मेरा दिल करे, वही मेरा बिल भरे। मेरे साथ लोग भी कहानी मेरी फील करे, मेरे हर खर्चे की रात से ही फीस भरे। परिवार मेरे अपने शौक की हर चीज करे। पैसा जरूरी है, खुशी मिलती जब भी क्लियर होते चेक्स। बोलते वो मोर मनी मोर प्रॉब्लम्स, ऐसी ही दिक्कत लगे मुझे बेस्ट। मौत का इंतजार नहीं, मेरा स्वर्ग यही शुरुआत, मेरा अंत यही। गाने अमर, उन्हें पता फर्क नहीं, चलने वालों का बनाना नर्क यही। माफ कर देते पर भूलते नहीं, खाली जेब में भी कूलते भाई। एवन तो स्कूल से भाई, बच्चे वसूल के नहीं। दोस्त तो आज भी वही, बस बदल गया है एड्रेस। हसल तो आज भी वही, बस कम हो गया है स्ट्रेस। कोसते खुद को कम, अब जिंदगी लगती है ब्लेस्ड। इंटरनेशनल काम पर केसरी always go be on my chest। नए सपने, नए मौके,
What is up? Good morning, good morning, good morning.
100%. I think this could be a very, very close.
Welcome to another Pacific Watch Party, baby.
Certain maps, and it ended up being the team that kind of came alive at the end of the game. I remember all three of those maps being like 8-8, 8-9 scoreline, like very kind of close and tentative, and then someone just went on a run
Right.
the map to get it done.
Welcome. दोस्तों, DL versus Varel, DFM versus Varel.
Stepping up, it's the whole team. That's where they found a lot of
करंट फॉर्म कैसे चल रहा है दोनों टीम का? Varel बहुत अच्छा खेल रही है, DFM पेपर एक्स के अगेंस्ट अच्छा खेली थी। हेलो लफी भाई, आशुतोष भाई, हाय अब्जो। पेपर एक्स का मैच देखो ना, पेपर एक्स का मैच कब है मेरे भाई? पेपर एक्स का मैच कल है शायद, आज 30th है। कल होने चाहिए मैचेस, कल बैंगर मैचेस होने चाहिए वैसे। कल है टीम सीक्रेट, पेपर एक्स, जेनजी, ग्लोबल स्पोर्ट्स। वाओ, ये है ना मैच। गुड आफ्टरनून प्रीतम भाई। डीएफएम लास्ट के सारी गेम्स हारी है। ओह, डीएफएम जीती कब है? वायरल के अगेंस्ट जीती स्टेज 1 में, वो दूसरी वायरल थी, पर ये अलग वायरल है। अभी फॉक्सी 9 के साथ वाली वायरल है। Big game, bro. Big game.
And particularly that game of Ascent, I think at
Varel?
one point he was like 6-14, and he ended up pretty much even.
Are?
Along with the rest of the DFM comeback, Yatsuka on the Neon entry was getting absolutely battered, round in, round out.
वायरल ने T1 को हराया, टीम सीक्रेट को हराया। भाई 2 बड़े गेम जीते हैं भाई ये लोग।
He also turned around his score.
Recent form looking good, bro. After Foxy 9, they're looking good. Foxy 9 किसको रिप्लेस किया है पर? जी वाज को जोड़े। हाँ, कल भी बिल्कुल बंदा ट्विच पे भी चालू है क्या स्ट्रीम? ट्विच पे क्यों चालू होगी यार स्ट्रीम? ट्विच क्यों करूंगा? ओए रुको। अमेरिका एलसी को ग्रैंड फाइनल पोस्टपोन आफ्टर नियरली क्या? आफ्टर नियरली 12 आवर्स। यात्सुका वर्सेस, ये कौन है भाई? भाई वायरल का जर्सी भी मस्त लग रहा है।
I think the comparison was really interesting seeing what he's playing stage 1 versus stage 2. he's someone we had a lot of question marks in terms of his role, especially with some role overlaps with Kaide. So I'm glad they've sort of put him on this duelist role.
Zexy नहीं खेल रहा. कौन खेल रहा है इनकी टीम में?
Bringing a lot more balance to the team.
जूना नहीं खेल रहा है, जेक्सी नहीं खेल रहा. अबे 6 प्लेयर खेलते हैं. 5v6.
By the way,
That's alright.
to this 6 players isn't enough apparently. You got to find someone else to do this. So we'll see if they manage to get that.
जूना, फॉक्सी, जेक्सी, सुंदर.
It's normally pretty solid.
वायरल जीती जिसमें.
Aim department.
फॉक्सी, क्लॉज,
But he's already
क्लॉज, जूना,
kind of looking
जेक्सी.
for barrel, and there you go.
अरे प्लेयर कौन है जो नहीं खेला? सिंडर नहीं है इसमें. और इस वाले में सिंडर है. ब्रो ये क्या है? मैप अकॉर्डिंग चेंज होता है इनका. ये क्या 6 प्लेयर लेके खेलते हैं? वाह जी वाह.
We see a lot of teams doing that.
ब्यूटीफुल भाई.
No split. First destination is going to be Lotus by Varel, and you said
Wow.
exciting.
Substitution.
That's our first one for stage 2.
This is
That's right.
our first
Weird, right? We like Lotus.
Lotus is such a staple map
Yes.
that almost every team will work into.
तभी
that map.
जीत रहे
It's
हैं.
kind of a weird one to have to
हाँ
ban.
ना,
So
ये
now
थक
we see
गया.
Varel picking it, bringing
इसको हम
it
बाहर
out.
कर देते हैं.
DFM choosing a
Yeah, I
Substitution.
think Lotus will be an interesting one. DFM is
टीम के हम चेंज कर सकते हैं बेंच मैच में. हाँ कर सकते हैं भाई, बीच मैच में कर सकते हैं.
Sometimes they're able to win from one-sided games. Ascent going to be in there as well. We just talked about DFM.
पहले एक टीम थी जो 7 या 8 किक पे स्ट्रीम करना बंद कर दिया क्या भाई?
On that map, so I think they're feeling very confident about their prospects, but they will have to start out on the attacking side. And Haven is something we've already seen between these two teams, but I'd imagine that you are going to see things kind of get a little bit more, a little bit more of a change up in terms of the ages.
16 hours ago.
You know, we're just the
2 days
show
ago.
is just starting,
4
but I
days
hope
ago.
the Japan
5
fans
days
are
ago.
viewing that right now. They're
1
like,
week ago.
I hope there's like a mini competition.
Get down there, people.
Yeah.
Come on.
I want to see throughout the day which one has more people at the end of this particular matchup. Now, Lotus, very first Lotus of stage 2. Varel picking into it. What do you guys make of this? Because the last time we saw it, obviously, was earlier
पिक
this
दो
year.
बैन दो.
Yeah, I mean, it's
खेले
hard
5
to
बार
know
कैसे?
what
फिर
to
डिसाइडर
expect
1.
in this current meta, which has been so dominated by Neon.
हैवी ट्राई रॉकेट
Phoenix,
लीग
but
खेला है मैंने
I
थोड़ा
don't- I
बहुत.
don't
स्पाइडर में
think
देखने नहीं जा रहा क्लच में.
Phoenix
आज नहीं
really
जाऊंगा
fits the
यार.
map super well, so I'm curious if either one of these teams
आज
will
नहीं
lean
जाऊंगा.
into that. We know that there are strong duelist
Foxy
players
तो
all across
मारी
this
जाता है,
server, so we
3
really
हर एक
don't know
राउंड पे,
what to
2-3 हर एक
expect
राउंड
because
पे.
no meta has, you know, been-
स्टोरी
this
डालता
map
ना
hasn't
कल
been
इतना
played for
किया
metas
तूने.
really
EME मुझे
before
नहीं
than
पता था.
everyone
कल
that
मैंने
have a lot of
EME में
information. So I think it's a
एक मैप किया. अबे हाँ, एक सेकंड. कल जीता कौन भाई? कल मैं लास्ट मैच का सिर्फ एक मैप ही देखा था क्योंकि वो लोग सारा थ्रो कर दिए थे. अबे यार, अगर वाइटैलिटी को गेम जीतना ही था भाई तो ये लोग 9-3 से थ्रो क्यों किए पहला मैच?
More people have been converted.
अरे भाई थोड़े से पागल से हो क्या भाई? ये देखिए निकिता को 26-12. भाई यहाँ पे मारते नहीं बना इनसे. यहाँ पे इनकी गोलियां नहीं चली. 4 राउंड निकालने थे, इधर मैच खत्म हो जाता, मैं देख लेता बैठ के. थर्ड मैप तक जाना है. इसे गुबंदर लोग है भाई.
But I think
your favorite number?
I'm the goat of predictions for a reason, and it's because I'm not afraid to lean into the underdogs.
प्रोटीन खाकर आऊंगा, दिखाऊंगा. डरता हूँ क्या?
Today, but I think you gotta not be afraid to.
Though.
I always, do you mean?
वो आज कोई नहीं आ रहा क्या? बस पार्टी करने.
Today. They have 2 wins coming into stage 2, and
see-
DFM have 2 losses.
But DFM have
Look at
made.
this.
DFM
हाँ ना भाई,
have
क्या
big
थ्रो
names,
करे?
big
9-3 से
names,
थ्रो करे है भाई.
institutionally, but you see,
9-3 से कौन थ्रो करता है गेम भाई? 9-3. Imagine.
Always.
You're always going for GE though.
Yeah.
You don't think they're good?
No,
आज G2 वर्सेस क्रू है.
That's
नहीं नहीं, ये नहीं. G2 वर्सेस सेन देखेंगे ना 2 दिन बाद, 3 दिन बाद है.
Try again.
He just stuck that one
How
so
confident
easily.
are
3 दिन
you
बाद
about
देखेंगे
Varel?
भाई.
Are
G2
you
वर्सेस
split as the viewers?
सेन जो रहेगी ना, वॉच पार्टी रहेगी. और उस दिन Cloud9 का भी गेम है ना. Cloud9 का भी गेम है. आज जिम गए आप? नहीं, आज शाम को जाऊंगा. आज EME में क्या गेम है बे? आज EME भी देखना है क्या? नावी पैसिफिक और इटर्नल फायर फैनेटिक. इटर्नल फायर फैनेटिक
You can cause some chaos here, and we do like a little bit of chaos in Pacific. So with
ये
that,
पांच
we
वो
are
Spider-Man
going to
show
the
है.
stage of DFM facing against Varel.
आज EME थोड़ा मैच है. वन साइडेड गेम्स है भाई आज. ठीक है, कल करेंगे EME. ओए, कल पैसिफिक का अच्छा गेम है चैट. कल पैसिफिक में जेनजी है और टीम सीक्रेट पेपर एक्स है भाई. कल है गेम. BBL जेंटलमेट भी है कल. ओए, कल तो पूरे दिन भर वॉच पार्टी होने वाली है. दिन भर वॉच पार्टी है भाई कल. गेमिंग होगी क्या आज 100% इस गेम के बाद? फनाटिक को पॉइंट चाहिए। हाँ फनाटिक जीत जाएगी। फनाटिक मोस्टली टॉप 2 क्वालिफिकेशन वाली टीम रहेगी अगर हुई तो। जी बैंगर और वन साइडेड कल जो जीतेगा नंबर 1 ऑलमोस्ट पक्का। कल जो जीतेगा वो क्वालिफाइड ही है प्लेऑफ के लिए समझ लो। अगर पर कल गलती से भी जेनजी जीत जाती है ना तो जेनजी ने रास्ता मुश्किल कर देना है। फिर जेनजी 4-0 हो जाएगी मतलब इंस्टेंट क्वालिफिकेशन। अबे ये क्या चल रहा है रन जेनजी का चैट। पर ठीक है उनके क्लीन गेम्स नहीं निकले। क्लीन गेम्स एज इन ढह जाएंगे वो लोग भी। रामायण का ट्रेलर दिखा क्या? रामायण क्या मूवी? बताना बिना एक्सरसाइज के।
It's a brand new week here at Vct Pacific, and now
6 प्लेयर खेलने वाले आज इनके बताओ।
of stage 2. We got 2 teams vying
भाई तो क्या
to move towards Busan
DFM वाले 6
quarterfinals.
प्लेयर के लिए ये करते
Barrel
होंगे।
Finally securing not 1 but 2 wins, heading straight through stage 2, and DFM who are starting.
क्लच भाई आपने 2G सेसर वाला काउंटर देखा नहीं देखा यार? क्या हुआ?
This is their super week, along with a lot of the other teams, but being
कौन आइकॉन 5 खेलने है?
some winnable games.
Zexy, Zuna, Cinder, Foxy. अरे? अरे?
Group, and after being a
अरे?
team, you can see that they're in such a good mood after getting a couple of dubs under their belt.
Yeah, I mean, insanely
Yeah.
uncoordinated, but we'll let it pass because, you know, we know what one's going to do.
I mean, that's classic Varel.
There we go.
Oh, he's
There we go.
returning the scuba to them. I'm kind of digging it. Varel is trying to outdo Akame, but you cannot outdo the king of
Why?
walkouts.
And even in the server,
अबे
you
मैं
will
भाई
say
तो
Akame
change
has
हो गए
put
पूरे
on
भाई।
fantastic performances for DFM, despite them not getting the job done. They are.
Force is above this.
Yeah, he's like, I'm far too old for this, guys. You have to stop. They're looking to get their first win of stage 2 here today. The good news is there's no elimination.
आज
for them.
सुबह।
It's just about
हाँ
finding
क्या
their
हुआ?
form
पोस्टपोन क्यों हुआ वो?
compliance. A win today would certainly help towards that to get the team some confidence, get the ball rolling, because we know this is a team that can go deep in Pacific. We've seen them land top 4 before,
What?
so it's very possible, but the wins need to start coming soon.
मैं अमेरिका में कुछ तो होते रहता है भाई।
For a DFM win today, quite honestly, I think they got caught off guard by KRX in their opening game. There's no shame in losing to Paper X, but they showed some potential to win both of those maps, and they've won the head-to-head between these two teams the last time that they played. So I think that DFM should be
2-1 था।
coming into this game, and I don't think it's as cut as dry as the groups kind of suggest.
Yeah, you know, we have so much talent here in Pacific. A lot of the players, they definitely deserve
फॉक्सी
to
क्या
be
कर रहा है?
the
फॉक्सी
only
IGL कर रहा है क्या ये टीम में?
A lot of it boils down to the mental and how confident they're feeling, how certain they are with sticking to the game plan, of course, not having that, you know, goal.
अगर ये लोग चैंप्स के लिए क्वालिफाई करते हैं ना तो ये लोग डेंजर रन करने वाले हैं मेरे को लग रहा है।
With Foxy9 joining Varel, they have often credited. I've been asking every
Klurge bhai.
single interview, I'm like, what else? Like, there's got to be something else that's working.
Foxy9 might be my favorite player right now. I'm just loving this guy. He's so great to watch inside of the server, but then you see how he is outside the server.
Foxy9 को उसकी
And it
टीम
just
मिल
makes
गई
my
भाई
heart
finally।
sing. I love this guy. I love this whole team. And I think
भाई
right
आज
now
मैंने
Varel are in a position to be fighting
सपना देखा
for
PS5
top
तो
of the
ले लिया
group.
बट
They're
अब
looking
GTA
to
खरीदने
make
के
it
पैसे नहीं
straight
बचे।
into those playoffs, which would be
Nice सपना।
huge for this roster that came into stage 2 winless, by the way.
I mean, 100%. It's what the Ascension
But
system was all
from
about in the
follow.
past.
Oh.
They've fought for their
Maybe
right
super good,
to
super
compete
good.
in Tier 1. They've been humbled for most of the year, but
ओए,
now they're
पर
starting
मैं
to
बोल रहा हूँ
get a
आज
little
DFM
bit of
जीत
a
रही है,
roll.
chat।
It's just euphoric.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ आज
for them.
DFM का
Like, you
गेम
wanna
है।
be right there on the stage with them, jumping around and, you know, causing
पता
a
नहीं
little
क्यों
bit of a ruckus
पेपर
after
से
they get
अगेंस्ट वो लोग
dubbed.
टफ
Let's
फाइट
see
दिए
if
थे भाई।
DFM is going to look to humble them a little bit. Definitely the more experienced team in this matchup, and Lotus is not a map we've seen yet. For Varel,
Foxy9 on Viper, bro.
Single duelist is going to be a bit of a slower comp for them, leaning into the strengths of LP, who often plays.
Bro, Foxy9 क्या कर रहा है?
Foxy9 will be playing that double controller.
Foxy9 IGL कर रहा है या second calling कर रहा है बे?
For the majority of the maps right now.
I like how this comp fits the roles and the players on Varel.
कौन नहीं है इनके टीम में अभी chat?
For DFM,
Zexy,
it's an
Zuna,
old
Cinder,
school
Foxy9,
duelist. Jet Rays May on that
Unz
jet
MLP OP.
He's been so good. Yatsuka is the
और
one
एक कौन नहीं
flexing
है?
onto that
कौन
race.
रह गया
So
भाई?
it's fast-paced power and aggression versus control.
अब वो अगले
and
मैप में
smart
दिखेगा.
macro from Varel. That's what we're expecting.
Yeah, I think for DFM, they're starting out on this defensive side. They've had the choice of side, I believe,
पगला
because this is
studio
Varel's
player
map
ने
pick. So
डाल
you're
दिया
going to look to see them get active
Oh.
with this double duelist. It's going to be naturally a bit of a slower start for a Varel. They only have Raze as
अरे मैं
that
भाई.
singular entry, and they're
Sorry
going to be
भाई.
playing a lot of kind of lurks and little skirmishes.
गरम हो गए मैं भाई
clearing
तो.
B with the Fade utility and activating that Vice to be able to kind of get active in the mid to late round.
हाय क्लर्ज भाई क्या फिर बैक मारोगे आज? नहीं यार, आज MMA का दिन है दोस्त. आज हम थोड़ी सी ग्रैपलिंग की प्रैक्टिस करेंगे और थोड़े शोल्डर्स मारेंगे और इंटेंस कार्डियो करेंगे आज एक्चुअली. बट आज ये तो ड्यूलिस्ट खेल रहा था इसलिए गू खा
I
लिया.
was really hoping for a bit more there from Pilski. I'm not gonna be lying. It just I thought I
जी
heard
का
him take off
कोच
the
तो
headset.
ऑन स्ट्रीम
Yeah, he
स्टार्ट
just gave up. He just fully dogged you.
Oh
my god! Just fully dogged you. Anyway, big day today, especially for Japanese Valorant. I think that's.
वाह, अमेरिका में बहुत लफड़ा हुआ मतलब यार.
Varel as well. Certainly a lot to be said.
इसके बाद टाइम फॉर सम ट्विटर करते हैं.
Past couple of weeks, but you.
हाय सौरभ भाई.
DFM picker.
A little bit.
So what's going on there?
I mean,
दाल चावल खाओगे क्लर्ज भाई?
one more going to talk about.
Barrel
Still
winning
feels
champs
like,
this time. Don't mark my
Varel
words.
are kind of still the underdogs. I mean,
Sala.
it just feels as though when it's at this point, this stage, it's the third week. You're down to like almost probably not making it to playoffs. This is when DFMs are their backs are up against the wall. They're definitely going to be like, you know, pulling out all the stops.
I mean, surely on the other side of the coin, Varel 2-0. They are the team that is going to be pulling out all the stuff. They want to, as Morgan said, make it through to the playoffs. And can they find their third win in a row? Again, bearing in mind, they went 0-8 up to this point this year, and now they're 2-0 in a row. How long can that streak go? That's what I'm really interested in seeing it today.
मार्टिन का
So let's
1v5
get
देखा?
into the server
हाँ
and
लाइव ही था
see
मैं.
Varel and DFM to kick off week number 3.
Yeah, I tell you what, Jordan, it's
Kick पे कर रहे थे हम watch party.
possible.
Foxy 9 has never lost to DFM. 5 wins, 0 loss.
Or anything, but just looking at how
आज
the
हार जाएगा
entire,
Foxy 9.
Rest of the matchups could go in the schedule. Like,
By
this is
Foxy
very
9 on
possible for
Viper.
Varel. They take down
Wow,
DFM
bro.
this week. It's KRX on the next game, and like.
अरे
that's
भाई, ये वाले
basically
क्या
a lot
बताया यार?
for playoffs.
Yeah, well, I think it's a very winnable game on both sides.
वो
here. We'll
एक्चुअली
start
आज
things
कोई
off,
बड़ी टीम
obviously,
का मैच नहीं है ना, तो
Varel
इसीलिए
on the
शायद
attack
नहीं
on
देख
this
रहे
pistol.
लोग.
Solo duelist might make things a little more tough for them to push their way into these sites, but gonna have to go about it nonetheless. And early signs would show DFM to be the ones that are maybe a little more proactive in this
वो
round.
3 लोग सी
Varel's
लॉन्ग.
happy to take a bit more of a default approach over towards Ruins and wait that smoke out.
A little bit. You know, that's that heavy reliance on Foxy 9, the big upgrade to the team. He went +10 last week, above the
Plus
rest of his
10?
teammates too.
Wow,
But
यार.
lots of multi-kills against T1. So if his opponents just
T1
kinda
को
walk
भाई
in,
पर इन
that's
लोग ने
where he shines
T1
the
को
most.
हराया
But
है
at the
यार.
same time, you do want the rest of the team to create a bit
वैसे
more
T1
space
गू तो खा ली
towards
थी
the A
almost.
side. Now rotations from DFM coming over too.
They've spotted that wall. It's just a question of
Wolfkin कर रहे हैं
whether or
अभी
not they
सब
want
लोग.
to trigger it instead
4
at the
लोग
moment.
3.
Playing around with the door, seeing if they can prompt out a push or a peek from any of the DFM players. That Boombot dealt with
Boombot
pretty
dodge नहीं
handily.
कर. B split.
Oh, and then the sudden pivot over to B site.
Beautiful
Yeah,
flash
so-
card है.
Interesting little round so
B
far
main
from
fight लेने जा
Varel.
रहे.
Really toying with the rotations of DFM. Here's the first fight.
Good flash.
Suka under a bit of pressure there, but Kaide
Shot
and May
में.
opening the
अरे
account
भाग दिए
nicely.
मैं.
A quick trade back on in from a couple of those Varel players.
Foxy
And
gets
now that
another
chaos
180.
is really starting to run amok. I didn't really know whether or not DFM quite knew where
Shot
exactly
coming.
all the Varel players were. But
Shot
it does come down to
coming.
the shots in the end, and Akame continues his fine form
Zexy super low.
from weeks 1 and 2 here into the pistol of game 1, week 3, leaving Zexy alone.
भाई अकामे साहब है यार
Really to make
player.
this happen, and Yasuka is
चट
there to
आईजी
finish it
अकामे है
off
ना
as well.
DFM का.
So, I don't know for DFM, it was a bit
6-7.
of a chaotic round, really. A slow round, as we sort of heard from the
इसका
analysts,
मैच
would
इसके
probably be the
बाद
case when
है
it comes to this competition from Varel.
Zeta division और full
But
sense.
They were really toying with you know, a lot of the positioning of DFM there, and ultimately didn't really work out for them off the back of a couple of lost duels.
Which is something that I'm a little bit curious about. I find it
दो
kind of
मारता हम, अब
peculiar
उसके
because
बाद
one of the
bandit
main
हो गया.
reasons why they were able to take down T1, I believe, on split namely, was when they actually just went ham, double duelist, everyone was rushing multiple rounds, different set plays, and T1 got overwhelmed. What's that? Wow. We're starting off onto Lotus with a bit of shenanigans, and it's working out very nicely for DFM.
5 man
Indeed
long.
it is. Sess able to open the account there nicely. Maze posted on the
भाई
line.
यार ये
Should
लोग पहले
Varel have
डबल
a little
डुलिस्ट
bit of a
खेलते
look
थे ना,
here.
ये लोग भी
Just
सिंगल
as though
डुलिस्ट पे
they
आ
were
गए
more interested in just trying to get the orb.
और DFM डबल डुलिस्ट पे बताओ।
Gotta farm up whatever advantage. you
अरे रे
can
रे
for the
फॉक्सी
next
भाई कोई
rounds.
बात नहीं, कोई
At the
बात
same time,
नहीं।
though, Crab's looking to do a bit of damage, but recognizing where the
Imagine if it
utility
was-
setups are, and you kind of want to avoid.
भाई उस दिन
bigger
जेटा
lines,
डिवीजन ने
but
आरआरक्यू को
alright.
हरा दिया भाई, तो
Whole
अभी
team
तो
just
कुछ भी हो
defeat.
सकता है।
Yep. But,
Lane
Nate's not
में
really going to do too
हो
much.
जाए
May
4
happy
के,
to
4
push
के।
through it and
2
prepare for
3
a little
अरे
bit of a
यार,
farm. Nice
almost a
3K.
4th one bro,
Start things off, build that blade storm up. Only
almost a 4th
couple
one।
charges away off of the first couple of rounds, but
हाय
where
Kataris,
we get to really dig into what Varel is going to provide for us on the attack. There's guns out.
Yeah. I think they're going to have to slow down the
Sessa
pace just a
Igil, क्या बात
little
कर
bit
रहा है?
more. I mean, in that round, you know, you're just kind of crossing your fingers and hoping for some damage, but this is very minimal against DFM, meaning DFM has a real good chance to take that bonus up against them. It feels as though DFM are a team that kind of knows how to work off of the, you know, the more careful and slow mid-round plays as well.
Kaide-
May is bringing out a
Oh, no
round
mind,
3
bro।
up.
काइडे बोल रहा हूँ, अकामे आईजी
Feeling confident.
बराबर।
A forward hold at Ruins
Agent
for
वही है उसका।
DFM is
Oh,
going to
Yatsuko
work
gets
out.
the opening,
Yatsuka
bro।
catching up with Foxy9. It's going to see Varel just accelerate through mid a little bit more so, but not committing to the B site just yet. Open that door back up and again, try to toy with some of the rotations. Unfortunately for
Result
Varel,
found
they've
कर रहे
lost
हैं
so
लोग।
much map control already that this round is now really going to be quite difficult to put together.
Trailblazer outside of B pillar as well. They might have just spotted a couple of Vero players on the rotate, and that is going to be confirmation on the rotations.
LP is going to walk his way out. He just needs to win this duel. If he doesn't win it, that's when the problems are going to start to arise. Yatsuka for the 3K in the round and backed up nicely by Akame. This round is kind of just falling apart for Varel.
100%, dude. Spikes down, no hope.
बोनस कन्वर्जन।
Cinder just has
अरे
to
मैंने ऑप निकाला था, imagine
try to survive or find a bit of
टाइमिंग हो
extra
जाती
damage,
उसके साथ तो अभी उसकी
and that's
ऑप चले
really
आती।
if possible.
Well, they know where he is now because he's triggered that wall, so you can see Kaido's
वायरल
just
का मैप
come
है बे ये, और
back
बोनस
across
कन्वर्जन
the
कर दिया।
Jiggle peak towards spawn.
DFM is shooting insane।
Just
I told you chat, आज
Yes,
DFM
this
का
is
दिन है।
no-
मैं बता रहा हूँ ना, वो लोग ने पेपर एक्स के अगेंस्ट अच्छा फाइट पुट अप किया था यार।
now been alerted to his potential positioning, which means he had
भाई पर
actually
मेरे
a
को
slight
मैंने
chance
अभी भी
to
मैच नहीं देखा था वायरल
stab
वर्सेस
me
T1।
back, but that's
वो लोग ने T1
that's
को
gone.
कैसे हराया भाई?
Oh, they're pushing.
प्लेयर
up
चेंज करो, चलो चलो अभी।
Cinder really just wants to
हो गया।
survive here, but they're
एक
aware of
player
his
को बैठाओ।
position, and that'll be the 1-for-1. So happy days for DFM.
प्लेयर
Take
चेंज,
that gun
प्लेयर
away.
चेंज।
Varel will be on an
अब
eco
वायरल
here.
नया प्लेयर लाएगी।
Right.
Not exactly the start to week 3 that we would have hoped to have seen from them.
Really just can't allow for the momentum to be swung away like
देखो ना,
this. But
बुलडॉग
that's
से दिए पड़ा 3
what I
किल।
was kind of wondering about for Varel, looking at their composition. Like, you are pinning quite a bit of responsibility onto Foxy9, maybe even LP as the lurkers on the separate portions of the map. And that means 1v1s, maybe 1v2s. You need to be
Stinger
able
by.
to sync those. Otherwise,
Very American आ भाई।
your attack is going to be really
Make off बराबर
rough.
जगह पे।
Right now, though, DFM initially
Oh,
some context. Let's have a
shot!
listen in.
ले
to
आ
DFM.
अंदर। ओ मैं ऑलमोस्ट मिस किया दूसरा। नाइफ! अरे!
バイパー、多分全員、相手インスもこっちパラあるよ、こっちパラあるよ。取ってない、取ってない、フラッシュある。これパラここお願い。
At Pathas CO2 became a member. At Pathas CO2 celebrates 2 months of membership.
届いてないかも。セット
2v2
バイスとフェイド。
निकाल सकते हैं रिटेक।
意外かも意外か。
Never
So one
mind
here in the
bro।
post plan. Akame needs to step up again for DFM and can't
Nice
do it this
round
time
यार,
around.
beautiful round
Just
बे।
kind of lost sight of where
Low
Zuna
buy.
had crossed to. And so Varel
I
had
want
their
the
first
2
round.
months
They
that
did
is.
indeed force into that round, Quack, and a little bit of a faster round as well. Kind of catching DFM off guard. You highlighted that maybe those faster plays were what was working for Varel in previous weeks. And
Shot
here's
दिया
a
था
good
हमें।
example of it.
वो देखो
Oh,
इसको।
and Sess even getting taken down by the corner too. I mean, even though the
Knife
op was
करने
here,
आ रहा
like,
था।
it just will not be able to withstand that much overwhelming. It's not
What
even
a mic.
firepower though. Right? I was thinking of that word, but it's stingers and the trades that they were able to bring into the fray as well. But look at these ults
Well,
now
Ara?
from DFM. Just a hold and maybe announce their presence a little.
So defensive smoke and then an
Ult
attack.
है आत्सुका के पास.
Both teams looking to
खींच दे ult, खींच
compete
दे.
for this area of the map. Over the top
he
with that
gets one.
Flame Storm, no success. Showstopper though has been charged up.
Nice,
and
nice,
Suga
nice.
wants
जब
to
रेस
get
की ult
involved
connect
with
नहीं
it.
होती है मेरे को अच्छा लगता
Kaide
है.
might be put under test here.
A little bit of a faster progress
Oh,
from
you
Varel
look
over
fast.
the direction
A चले
of
गए.
A after all the noise made over
Good dink,
at
good
C.
dink बे.
They are going to be slowed down. Foxy
Foxy
9
एक
is
HP
pretty
हो
low.
गया.
The rotation has come through for DFM, so this is going to be a
Good
tough
flash.
ask for Varel. Slowed down even further by some defensive util, but now Zuna going to try to
Oh,
push his
didn't
way
he?
in, take a bit of space. LP on the other side of this as well. All
coming
the
in
duels
strong,
are lost.
boy.
Every single one. And DFM,
उनके backside trap पे चले
they're not
गए.
too bad on this defensive half at all. That was a very nice rotate from them, and Varel are in a shambles.
Yeah, that was, I don't know, good macro. It just felt as though DFM laid out all the traps in this round. They read the map correctly, the mid-round rotations as well.
Bro,
starting
what?
to adapt to
Bro,
probably
Foxy
what
का तो
Varel
नसीब
tends to
खराब है
do.
भाई.
And it's just like, there's just right
Holy
back
shit,
on that
bhai.
horse, dude. This is so clean. That Odin was sitting on the A site as well, Kaide just waiting for the right moment.
Well,
but
what?
now,
Fast take
Once
from
again,
Varel.
Varel going to have to try and
दो
give it a
guns
crack
है.
this time. They've put
Zexy
together a
card,
couple of
Zuna
hero
card.
rifles. Foxy 9 again already tagged down to 32 HP.
वापस Foxy लो
Not
हो
going to
गया.
be feeling too comfy with that one. And you've got a strong rotate coming across for
बढ़िया high low है
DFM
भाई.
as well. Akame is having a blinder. That showstopper is
कोई
not going to be
मतलब नहीं हुआ
enough.
तो
Just
रकम में मार
goes
दिया
into
एक और.
nothing. And once again, DFM are tearing Varel apart. There is nothing for
1v3.
Varel bar that 1 or 2 kills now that LP have been able to put together. But 1v3. Not an
कोई
easy
swing नहीं
task.
करने वाला.
Position noted as well.
Never
He
mind,
gets
bro.
a
हमें क्यों swing
maybe
करेगा?
a chance here. But he has to open the door back up.
भाई
if he
दोनों
wants to
उसके duels
exit.
1v1 से हाँ
That is
दोनों
gonna
1v1 से
alert
उसके पास.
Seth to his presence. The creep forward from Kaide as well is a cheeky one.
सेस ने spot तो किया है कि
Seth's
नहीं
just
है.
posted on the line, but this does come down to aim duels, and LP not good
निकाल
for
दिया.
them this time.
कसम LP
He
निकाल
won such
लेता
a
round
clean
ना.
duel against Akame. I thought maybe there was something in it, but 5
Time
and
छोड़ा
1
कर सकते हो
DFM
please
are
भाई
kind of
और
crushing
कितना
Varel,
छोटा कर
and
दिया.
that narrative of Varel's rise is going to
Varel
start to come into question.
deathmatch kill क्या ना भूल
a
गए.
little bit round to round.
नहीं
that's
यार, ये
really
लोग
what
बहुत
it is.
अच्छा
I think
read
they're
कर रहे हैं
trying
map.
to Maybe find some difficulties working around this composition. I mean, you kind of
बहुत
sense
heavy
that they
read
do
कर रहे हैं.
want to explode onto
उन लोग
site.
को
They're
जैसा
trying
चाहते हैं वो map पे
for
वैसा
quicker
घुमा रहे हैं,
paced
समझ रहे हो?
hits, But you don't really have like a flash initiator or something. The only flash you've got on the team, apart from maybe the Omen, would be
Varel के
Vise,
macros काम नहीं कर रहे
Dark
उनके
Rose.
लिए यार.
So it's a little bit tricky. And as soon as, Zexy
चलो
pops
3 के
in,
अंदर
the
mouse
rest
pad
of the
बताओ ना.
team is kinda-
3 के अंदर
the
mouse
trains are
pad,
all
extra
kind
pad,
of
aqua control
already
2.
prepared by DFM. And DFM right now are just pretty much managing every single
Steel series
bit of
का आता है जो
pressure
QC के
pretty
plus वो भी
nicely,
बहुत
pretty
अच्छा है.
neatly. That round
और
5 really was truly impressive.
Razer का against V2.
Well, timeout time.
Logitech
for
G640.
Varel. Makes sense. 5 and 1 down. You want to be
Wow, यार,
changing
कितना सुंदर
something
है.
up, and it's interesting because
भाई
I
कैम
feel like
छोटा नहीं
in
करो,
those
आपको
opening
देखने
couple of
आता
weeks, the games that we saw from them, they didn't really ever have to be the team that was down at a massive deficit. It felt for the most part like
ये
they
कौन
were
सी
either
team है?
competitive or
Varel,
actually
Varel.
front running in a lot of those games. Now we get to see a different side from them. See whether or not maybe Varel
They are the
are gonna regress
Ascension
back into their shell in the same way that we had seen from them back in stage 1.
champions.
Just sort of
मतलब
peter out
second
into
place.
nothing. Or if maybe they can find a way
Number
to,
1 was
to fix
Nongshim,
this
ना?
issue. 5
ये
and 1
लोग
down. Let's see what they
second
can do as they head back into round number 7 here. Full contingent of
दोनों
weaponry.
Korean team
lots
आई
of
थी आगे
detail,
बताओ.
Lots of ultis to work with. Got to get it done here off the back of the
और
time.
और Japanese है.
Okay, starting things out with a little bit of pressure initially. DFM immediately bringing rotations over
Sure.
to 1-2, but the op still in question.
Yeah, it just feels like DFM have all the answers. Every time Varel tried to go somewhere, there's an opening fight that DFM are winning.
मैं वापस मैप कंट्रोल लेने गया था भाई. इधर एक मारे तो उधर एक मारने गए.
That will be a hole in the defense that Varel can look to
दोनों जगह एक
exploit.
एक पिक चाहिए था.
Really?
Good ult.
Trying to commit
Never
off
mind,
of that
bad
hold
ult.
that
Good
you're
flash,
talking about,
beautiful flash. मेरे भाई उसके ऊपर निकलो कोई. Foxy
Well,
gets
that would be a
Kaide
good
भाई.
paranoia, but Kaide goes down. Foxy 9 starting to have a little bit of impact.
Nice shot.
Foxy immediately traded back.
Good
but
nade.
plan in, and this is about the best looking round Varel have had
डैमेज
so
बहुत
far.
अच्छा है. जुना के पास अल्ट अगर चाहिए तो उसको.
It comes
Foxy
in
ने
well.
अल्ट कमिट कर दिया.
A little wrap in from Cess, not going to work
Op
out
से
there
retake
at
कैसे
all.
करेगा भाई?
He's going to try to find a gap in that pit, but so far hasn't spotted anything out. Here's the chance, and Zuna lands the headshot. So never mind that. May down, and Yatsika falls as well. It is finally another round on the board for Varel.
बहुत अवेयर खेला
Just a
लड़का.
fair bit though. Saw the Steel Garden getting invested in the pit obviously as well. And again, you know, you see those same kind of awkward signs. May being able to find this opening pick certainly.
शॉट दिया था मैंने भी स्टार्टिंग वाला तो. ओह काटे खुद ही स्विंग किया. उसको लगा वो फ्लैश पे सब लोग भी coming to it.
Also one of the things that allows them to
shot,
take those wins, take those dubs against their opponents. Staying fluid and flexible, forcing their opponents to, you know, quickly adapt on the fly as well. Sometimes they can't catch up onto it. So always going to be starting off with a bit of conditioning towards the A site now.
Kaide looking to see if he can hunt down this player.
Already in a Foxy. Already in a Foxy. Bhai, itna jaldi aaya tha Foxy.
One more elsewhere as well. It's the table's turning until Akame arrives for the double.
Ulta Akame ke paas 2v3.
3-on-2 for the retake. That
Akame एक तो solo play बना सकता है हाँ.
Doesn't quite give away.
Info होगा.
Post plan here for Varel, not looking to be too
दो
bad.
ट्री एक मिनट. अरे वो किधर चले गया देखो MLP.
It's really going to have to be Cess that has to find this retake.
Doesn't really have much to work off of though. Just a bit of height.
Info दे दिया. Flash है एक. Double swing.
How does he do it every time? A double, and seems to be aware of where LP was. Says on the defuse, there's nothing that LP can do about it. He's going to try to cross, but Akame is there for the ace. And that is a fantastic way to turn another round around. DFM are on fire today.
Makasam.
Just ridiculous. Yeah, put that one up on the
क्या 1v2 duel लिया ट्री पे उसने यार.
Just last night, well for us in Korea.
हाँ पीछे होते होते दो मारा बे.
Yeah, I was a bit worried. It was actually LP. I said
this was a beautiful duel.
I thought that they didn't spot LP.
It did, yeah.
What a round, bhai.
I think Akame had a bit of an idea roughly where he was in the end. So that's really been what I think paid dividends long term there.
But it's also how he took that 1v2 down by Tree. A 2v3 one out in full. This is incredible. And it's just going to keep going. Trades now found.
बेचारा Foxy एक ही मार के मर गया.
Control there for DFM. So I think overall you'd consider that to be a win at the start of the round. Yes, it's 1-for-1, but it's a lot of territory held by DFM for now that Varel are going to have to look to try to break back into.
Guardian Phantom Force की और Foxy ने भी गन निकाली थी.
They're just reading Varel like a book.
भाई Varel कैसा बाहर ले रही है पर उल्टा सीधा. Light shields वाला. अगर मेरे को चाहिए तो वो आउटलो खेल सकता है हर राउंड और काम आएगी उसके. 1v4 नहीं help आया.
Arriving once again, looking for more. A little messy on the bar.
भाई निकल जा हो गया नंबर से मरना मत.
It's all good in the end. 2-on-3, although Kaide is low, and the A site is going to be opened back on up.
It's okay. Nightfall's not going to hit anyone as well, though. That's going to be a little bit stinging for Varel. And take a look at who's behind.
Well, flank आ गया.
Let you know that the site is clear, so you can get that quick plant. You're right, though, in saying that May has made a pretty big wrap.
May के पास पूरा info है बे.
He's going to want to try and stay out of most.
वे लोग heavily convinced रहेंगे कि वो site है या वो लोग city control लेने आए हैं.
The rest of the job to the rest of the lab.
ले info.
Cinder. Now spotted out in tree room. May's going to play a dangerous game by opening that door up, but just doubling up with Kaide. Push their way in shortly. There's the dash across. Suna's position, a good one. In fact, a great one for a double, and now all of a sudden the round swings back in the favor of Varel. It looks like it might be over. May on the chase. Unable to find Zuna. That crossfire is going to be far too much to break. The spike ticking away too quickly. May gets on the fadeaway, and Zuna as well. But the round will go the way of Varel. It's a costly round, although they did come in with a bit of a half buy, if anything, so I think they'll pull out a big win.
For sure. I mean, still not too bad. Ultimately, DFM trying to bring the trades right back in this time around. Kaide with the flashes and everything all set up, but the firepower still instantly with Suna being able to hold post plant from an elevated angle, I think was something that DFM weren't quite expecting. But now they'll be either way, though.
ऐसी watch party करनी है.
A bit of an advantage secured for the second half. DFM feeling comfortable, so they're taking some risks now. 3-1-1, they push out C, they see nothing.
Yeah.
एक वैंडल सेव की थी, एक को मैंने बाय किया है, इनके पास पैसा। अरे सेस भाई कोई बात नहीं।
Spam comes through from Foxy9. DFM trying to move as quickly as they can back over to A, but they're just not going to get there in time to stop Varel from bursting their way in.
Flash out जा रहा था, Kaide still निकल के एक मारा भाई।
Gets himself one, and Akame there to backfill. This can maybe start to get it awkward. I don't know how that showstopper's done nothing.
3v2. Yatsuka के पास गन है।
Going through, Zexy finds the important frag onto Yatsuka, but May might still be in position to clutch this one out. Nice jump peek. Gets the info as to where he's set up. So his position no longer a surprise for Varel.
Come back कर रही है, बड़ा हाफ नहीं दे रही। आ जतिन भाई।
Could have been awkward for a second there. Varel starting to
Spider-Man देखिए, मैं तो शाम को जाऊँगा नहीं यार, मैं नहीं अभी थोड़े दिन बाद देखूँगा।
With that showstopper going off as well.
No, why India team is not playing? Is any Indian team here? नहीं यार, विराट कोहली ने मना कर दिया actually.
Time for the rest of Varel to get into
पहले था
position, into space,
5-man बनाने का।
set themselves up effectively for a lot of these trades, which is how they
पर अभी विराट कोहली ने मना कर दिया, बोला कि अब
once again.
फैमिली का बहुत ये है ना दोस्त, तो इसीलिए अब मैं प्रो नहीं खेल सकता।
And they keep up the rhythm of those punches just like that guy in the viewing party. They can definitely keep it up. I mean, this is why you cannot count this team out. Yeah, they had some worries in the first few portions. It's quite clear maybe the
आज पता नहीं क्यों भाई आज कम दिख रहा था मेरे को।
Leave someone on alert, maybe not the best thing. But if they just continue to rotate around, make a lot of mid-round calls, or just play that fluid, it's a little bit difficult for DFM to catch up.
Yeah, 100%. We get the DFM timeout here as well. Recognizing the
Chat कितने लोग ने खरीदा नया बंडल?
Of the half. This was very much kind of up in the air. The half was looking good for Varel.
कल मैंने वैंडल चला के देखी यार, तो कुछ खास नहीं थी, मजा नहीं आया
पता है? Look a little bit better for Varel, I should say, and
हल्की सी मजा सी नहीं आई।
And saying, well, we still have a chance of making this an 8-4 half, which would be a pretty.
Like कर दो स्ट्रीम को अगर अभी तक लाइक नहीं किया है तो।
But if Varel get this back to 6-6, then anybody's game, and given the fact that it is Varel's map pick of Lotus, I think you'd want to maximize what you can out of this first half. Quite a bit to play with though for DFM in the next couple of rounds. Do you have Seekers coming up?
सोच रहा था आपको मजा नहीं आया तो कैंसिल।
For that next round, so can expect to see maybe a little bit of investment from them here as well. That is an early omen. He may miss the shot. Now the Bladestorm goes awry as well. This is all of a sudden a bit of a problem for DFM. Their sight is lost. And Varel.
अल्टे कोई बात नहीं।
You just never see that happen from me.
मैं ऑफ शॉट मिस कर रहा है भाई।
Well, despite that, plan's going to go down.
2026 में कुछ भी हो सकता है।
Steel Garden wouldn't be a bad shout here on the retake.
अरे गंदा अल्ट, माँ कसम बैंड पे 3 लोग मिल गए। माइंड भाई यात्सुका बुलडॉग ही चला।
Back in there, and maybe that's what DFM wanted all along. Akame shot in the back of the head. And Yatsuka to now try to salvage alongside Cess, who is alone. They lined up,
दूसरा भी निकाला था।
just doesn't have the stopping power, and Varel.
Bro, 6-6 होने वाला है चैट।
What a decision from Varel.
Marshall Lewis नहीं होगा। Marshall तो अच्छी है।
They had a little pocket, and although DFM tried their best to
भाई प्रो प्लेयर बनना पड़ता है। देखो किरण भाई आपको पहले रेडिएंट पहुंचना पड़ेगा। टॉप 10
as well. It still wasn't enough. The trades,
तब आप
the way
अच्छा
that
करोगे
Varel,
कुछ।
especially playing at close range, just overwhelmed.
पहला टारगेट रहना चाहिए रेडिएंट टॉप 10।
The op in this situation as well. Like May, I believe, did not get a single kill in this round, which certainly is a bit of a problem for DFM.
फिर उसके बाद मैं बताऊंगा। पहले वहां तक पहुंच जाओ, उसके आगे मैं बताऊंगा फिर।
Alts online.
ठीक है?
Well, sometimes how it is, right? You miss that shot, that one opportunity that you had, and then the round gets so much more difficult as a result because teams are able to scale into your, space, I guess. Foxy9, I think he's pretty keen to get this orb. He's one away from the pit. But the space isn't really there for it at the moment, so the entry from Varel might
अभी
just be
वैरल के लिए अचानक से काम करने लग गया फास्ट कमिट। अब DFM पता नहीं क्यों रीड नहीं कर पा रही। बिग अल्टीमेट
in there though will at least delete Cinder.
3v3।
Oh, nice tap away from Yatsuka as well, but Zexy is doing all the work here for Varel. 3k in the round. The trouble is they still don't really have strong control of this site. Rotate's been fast from DFM. Plan's gone in. Low HP on both Zexy and LP. May and Kaide might just be able to clinch this half for DFM. Get them to a 7th. There's the one tag that was required onto LP, which leaves just Zexy. Strong position to play from, but has to isolate these duels well. And there's the first on for the ace. Surely not, Kaide.
मेरे को लगा इसको भी
चिपकाया एक और ace. Would have been a very nice time to pull out an ace there for Varel, but 7-5 will indeed be the scoreline, so DFM do hold on to something at the end of the half.
Yeah, kind of reflective of the tale between the two teams, which is the fact that it's kind of even right now. I mean, with the way that they have been meeting each other at a lot of some of these rotations, even in the hits, they're thriving in the chaos of it all. It's pretty impressive that DFM have managed to walk away with a very minimal lead at the end of this first half. Just being able to crack open the site. It's not, always a stock standard DFM play, but because they have this stuff,
we are thinking to play some starting tournament.
They just let it rip.
खेल सकते हो, locally खेल सकते हो.
Need to be aware of some of these potential plays, even though
बड़े skill की बात कर रहा था मैं तो वैसे.
always typical
Anyways, chat.
of DFM to make some of these plays.
Store में one time Phantom कैसे हो? Prelude Phantom भी और wait for Champs 26. Wait for Champs 26.
Des was talking about those viewing parties. It seems like the DFM one is filling up
तो
nicely, and they will be very impressed with what
मेरे को भी bandit चाहिए भाई.
to the table.
अब मेरे को भी एक bandit skin होना यार.
Strong those first sort of 3 or 4
I mean, of course,
rounds,
not Reaver.
really getting DFM out of the gates nicely and held it down for the majority of that half. So another solid performance from him, who I think had been probably the standout, at least on a consistent basis, from DFM so far in stage 2. Still going to need more from it out in the second half here. Varel, I think, are the kind of team that's not going to go down without a fight, particularly given how strong their start to the season has been. So I'm expecting a bit more from them here in the second half.
Certainly would want to start out this series off the stronger foot, against Varel's map pick, if you're able to rip that away from them. And judging by how Northern Lights was talking in that little pre-game interview with Victoria and Big Time, they're supposed to be feeling incredibly confident. They're supposed to have fixed, whatever flaws or mistakes they had against PaperX, KRX in the first 2 weeks. So I am going to stay excited with DFM now. Oh my gosh, walking to a potential crack. 4 players stacked up around A.
This is a big setup for Varel. Exactly where you want your forces at the moment, assuming DFM commit to this. Holding for the moment. Do you have Cess kind of just watching to see if there's going to be a push out of C or out of B, and hasn't seen anything yet. That might have alarm bells ringing for DFM. Door is going to be opened up. Bit of spam in there from Maze to try to clear out tree. There's nobody there.
Varel still कोई move नहीं कर रही, still बैठी हुई है भाई.
Not making a single peep.
And they might be rewarded for that patience as well, because I don't think DFM are moving too far either.
They're waiting for Cess perhaps to
is this the cancel?
They're going
poke
back
around.
It's the cancel.
Yep, Cess
को माउंट तक स्पेस मिल गया है. वो लोग साथ में बर्स्ट इन कर सकते हैं अगर चाहे तो.
They do have quite the number of flashes.
भाई Varel बैठी रहेगी क्या यहाँ पे?
Toxic screen as well, if you're specifically set, if you have it set up horizontally like this, it kind of is a little bit sus. So
now it's a bit of a race here. Cess has been spotted out.
चिपकू का info नहीं मिला होगा उसको.
Feels like the site should still go to DFM though, but is it going to be a fast flood from Varel?
Smoke's gone through, but you're right. A little bit too little and too late. Zexy can't see anything. And actually does get taken down. Time a huge factor. And so are the headshots. 10 seconds left will not matter if everyone is dead sooner.
Flood in from Varel,
a huge pistol for Varel to keep them in the fight.
Who are you rooting for?
The second half pistol, so all's fair. 1-1.
You've got to love this, Jordan. It's not just the pistols, but the fact that this already more than likely signals to a tied scoreline because of the economy on the next round and just how evenly matched the teams are,
I guess still champs same time पे खत्म हो रहा last जैसा हाँ.
Might be quaking in their boots depending on how the rest of these rounds could
Planes,
go.
अबे group stage जल्दी खत्म होगा.
They really need to be
समझ रहे हो? अभी
a little bit more
I guess next week group stage खत्म है दोस्तों.
What Varel can bring in store as well.
हम लोग second last week में चल रहे हैं.
Initial barrier of entry.
Not 440 well, 1440 क्यों नहीं हो रहा?
Easy come, easy go, and Cinder also to grab one. Sooner will fall. It's not too big of a concern really for Varel. There was just a single gun here. Spike's been lost, so any semblance of commitment in this round for DFM is going to have to go in the direction of C now. I suppose they'll just have a little bit of a look and see if they can maybe find a pick here or there. Zexy will not allow them back out to spawn.
Take your pick.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Making a bit of noise as well, and they're going to be smoked off too to make matters worse. Going to try to go through that, but there is no way you're really getting anything done there. So Varel to equalize like
7-7. मैं भाई को जागना पड़ेगा. मैं भाई अचानक से 2 किल मार के सो गए हैं.
Does mean it's not impossible for Varel to walk away with a bonus on the next round. I mean, at least DFM will now be
brilliance में निकाले वो लोग ने बस.
there could be a judge in the next
round. एक beautiful positioning.
Otherwise, it's all these rifles and specters they have to watch out for again.
ये तो अभी Varel का ही हाथ है.
Japanese or Korean players, but Korean players who don't play like a Korean team, you would think. Just always just a slight head scratcher, but incredibly entertaining to watch as well. DFM trying to pick up the pace.
Oh, Cinder under a bit of pressure here. He's going to try and get that flash out to try and get himself out, and clearly that has not worked. So DFM have the opening
fight stick क्यों किया पर भाई?
bonus.
Flash डाल के गायब हो सकता था. सो गया
Assess.
Should be enough information that the eventual hit's going to see. LP can't do much though.
ये MLP अगर एक भी मारता है,
can maybe do something if it fades favorably.
काम कर जाएगा अपना भाई वो.
It certainly will not. There's not really anywhere else for him to be. So DFM had all their guns trained in that direction. It was a gamble for sure.
Yatsuka का ult and 2 भाई.
And now the fight goes towards the back of spawn.
Yep, now in 1.
9 down. Yatsuka putting together a pretty good map here as well. Zexy and Azuna thinking about what they want to be doing. Satchel forward is not really going to get much done. It's still the ace, but DFM are happy anyway. It's another round and they maintain their lead for now.
Just once more, lovely stuff for the full Japanese squad. Not only was it kills, not only was it, you know, full recognition of seeing LP alone on the site. That means he must be buying time. They saw the paint shells as well. So they got that pinch. They pushed for more space towards the back of site, which ultimately weakens the potential of that retake.
बुलडॉग लेके भी भर रहा है, यहाँ भी भर रहा है भाई. अब अचानक से चालू हो गया वो लड़का.
Nothing much else. And now you've got ults coming up online for DFM as well. They are rushing down on towards the A site, but Varel, let's see what they can do to catch up.
अरे फॉक्सी 2 मार रहा है वहाँ पे. सबसे पहले मरना चाहिए जिसको वहाँ 2 मार रहा है.
진짜 여기서 원픽하는 거 조심. 한 명째 뒤에서. 바로 가자. 그만할게. 와봐. 네이드 기다려. 확인. 블랙아웃. 까까까까. 벙커 조심. 나이스. 총싸움 침착해.
शॉट मार कसम लड़का ऑन है.
천천히 발스가 먼저 해줄게. 그냥 벌릴게.
Oh, back into the 2-on-2 now. Cinder and LP have to try to
कर
put
दिया
this
उसने
one
भाई
together.
अचानक से.
DFM doubled up and sets down onto LP. Means that it's just Cinder and that's an easy cleanup again. DFM holding strong and I think largely that's off the back of Yatsuka now in the second half. He has really stepped up in these last couple of rounds.
BO5 BO3 होता है दोस्त.
Giving a real headache to
फाइनल और
Varel.
लोअर फाइनल BO5 होता है.
Absolutely.
देखो फॉक्सी ने वहाँ पे 2 मारा था.
Good hold from Foxy9 has to be said.
1v3.
Yeah.
With utils.
I mean, felt okay,
उधर
but
वो
then
2 मारता है.
just sort of activates and gets this 2K and you're all of a sudden thinking maybe the round's going to fall away.
Because you just don't expect him to be right underneath the drop, right? Underneath heaven. It's just a lot of these positions where, you know, Varel just spotted out DFM. They thought that taking down May would have been the initial roadblock, but there was so much more, and that's what's lovely about DFM now that they're putting Yatsuka back in on the secondary duelist role. A little bit of a swap with Kaide and Sess as well, who, you know, Sess used to be on smokes, but it's all working out pretty neatly for now. They're a little bit apprehensive about this toxic screen, but hearing the gunshots as well, knowing that it's weaker weapons against Varel.
Holding it by Foxy
DFM
was gun
just trying to
Foxy's holding
build
B.
up a significant lead in this final half.
Foxy का 1 पेल्ट, Foxy का 2 पेशेंटों का 1 पे.
Bit of space already
Sess का भी 1 पेल्ट है भाई.
DFM. Door's going to open up.
DFM प्यारा अटैक राउंड खेल सकती है नेक्स्ट वाला. ये तो खाली मिलना चाहिए उनको.
Clean. Yeah. They're just going to have to hope for the best, maybe get a kill off a Zexy, showstopper or something.
Gun upgrade.
Oh, Foxy9, how about him? He's always a reliable. A nice 2K, eventually brought down by Kaide, but has got Varel back in this contest, at least for this round for now, until May turns back on and says, how about that? I'll do just as well as you did, or maybe even better. 2-on-3. Is there a weapon retrievable here for LP somewhere? Love a rifle.
Cinder को यहाँ पे 1 मारना पड़ेगा.
Cinder and
ये वाला duel पर बहुत मुश्किल है सिंडर के लिए जीतना.
I'd say from here on out, Paranoia is going to go through. That was spotted, but doesn't matter. Kaide will fall anyway, and now May again is going to have to do a bit of that hard work. Yatsuka will help out.
1v2.
So a 1-2 punch here. It should be the start, double swing, and it is. May gets it done. DFM up to 10, up to double digits, and now it has to be argued they're doing this kind of easy on the attack.
Clean as ever, man. 1-2 punch. And it's all down to, again, somehow how some of these trades go, and it kind of starts to show what the signs of concern for Varel could be, especially in that Teamcom segment earlier on as well. Foxy9 incredibly vocal. It's quite clear that they're trying to, even though this is like half by round, trying to work off of contact plays. As soon as Foxy9 finds a slight opening, he wants the whole team to jump in on with him. But sometimes that's where they kind of get a little bit lost in the sauce as well. When DFM are this switched on, Yatsuka is able to find trades, May's in position as well, and the whole team is just set up and prepared for it, even down to the 2v2 where Yatsuka again plays right underneath Heaven. Cinder just did
round nikala, दो बड़ी kills निकाला उसने.
Well, a little bit too late to say now because you're looking at a potential, beyond double-digit scoreline for DFM. But we'll see what this timeout can do for Varel.
Well, their first time out in the first half, I think, was not too bad. They picked up, I think, a 2-round combo after that. If I remember rightly, it might have actually only been one. Yeah, I'm looking at it. It was 5-1 score when they called the timeout. They picked up the 1 round, but then they did go on to win 4 of the next 5, I guess. So
Yatsuka बढ़िया खेल रहा है ये गेम यार.
do that once
उसका
again.
वापस 4 में ultimate है.
Necessary at this point. If they can't turn it
Ses
around,
का ultimate है. बढ़िया round हो सकता है DFM के लिए. Foxy9 C-long control के लिए ultimate खोल रहा है. Maybe उसके ऊपर चढ़ जाए वो लोग.
Pit over towards C.
I guess चढ़ने वाले हैं.
Very forward pit.
And immediately from the shadows, it just pulls Foxy9 out of the pit.
Khali pit.
Yeah, he could get back into it, but not going to be
Lay
gained
alt for nothing.
So it does pull the rotation as well from Varel, and immediately sort of one of their trump cards has been negated immediately from DFM.
Precisely. This is incredible from DFM. One Omen TP play, they even picked up the orb off of it. Varel are shivering, I want to say. Just like a bit of presence, and they were afraid that it could have been a sea flood. And that's why they now have 2 players on this position. Meanwhile, Akame is going scouting on towards A. If he finds that there's nothing here, he could call the whole team over.
There.
Of course, Toxic Screen still in his face, though, so a little bit tentative for both sides, but there's still quite a bit of time to work with. Back to a 2-1-2 defense for Varel.
Looks like it's going to be towards A that DFM want to end this round. They've got 40 seconds left.
Zexy के पास ult है. अगर वो लोग A जाएंगे तो BT होगा उनको.
For DFM, Zexy, showstopper, a lot of potential there.
He's going to be lurking in middle though, so we'll see what he's able to get up to as well.
20 seconds.
Starting to go back up.
That Raze ultimate is going to be big, bro.
He's going to end up being ripped in to the A site. Zexy has got that showstopper. So far they're kind of waiting that out. He has to push to try to find this fight. Double from downtown. They were trying to pivot their way back into B. That was May on the lurk that kind of called them through. Has to pick that spike up. Has to try to get the plant. They're somehow recovering this round. Cess got the double, and now May alive. How is he alive in that fight? Zuna should get that every day of the week. It's now May alone against LP. He's got no idea where LP's coming from, and LP very clearly has an idea of where May's gone, so you'd think maybe LP gets this one done, but this could be a crushing blow for Varel if they end up losing it. The swing is in, but LP gets it done. Varel survived by the skin of their teeth.
And a sigh of relief for sure. My goodness.
Why DFM ये round कैसे convert कर ली थी वे?
Incredible showstopper. It was blind. He didn't see anyone, but maybe a little glimpse, and that was enough. Perfect as he tries to pick up the pace in the site, feeling the pressure of time.
Beautiful kills from Cess,
but May. And it's just so close as well. Either way, though, this kind of lets you know what the mentality of both teams are. DFM incredibly confident. Pacey hits, even mid-round rotations as well off of Akame. Varel are just as quick, still confident, looking for some of these fights. Now they start off a lot of footsteps.
या फिर आपको points में first second
I don't know how much impact it's going to have. Cess and Yasuko gone down early. Okay, Kaide gets a bit more room than he ought to have. Cinder falling. Zuna spotted as well as the 2 players set up waiting for him there.
Oh man,
No mind,
missing
bro. How is he
everything,
still
but
alive?
it's all
How is he
good.
still alive?
at the site now.
They do indeed.
LP though, maybe Steel Garden retake.
Patience on both sides, actually.
Yeah, no spike tap yet. Open lines then for
Oh,
Varel.
Cardi
Hey,
निकाल गया,
wants the
never
early fight.
mind.
LP with a bit of a jiggle there. Now it's going to be the Steel Garden that does get invested.
Oh, curious.
Good spam, good spam. मर गया
Take
Cardi.
that fight forward. Kaide will drop in that meanwhile.
2v3.
Very slow round out from both teams. I mean, it's such a stalemate at this point. There's so much time though for that
Fighting
plan.
with
DFM
Plant tap
gonna
करके
end up
fight करने
rushing
का
into
idea was
LP.
good.
Give that round up.
Idea was
Varel
good.
on the comeback train.
Yep, it's very possible. I don't know how I feel about that one. For
Eco round आ
DFM,
गया
it
DFM के
feels
लिए.
like a bit of hesitation. The tap onto the spike, they weren't sure, they didn't have much utility left because of how quick they rushed in.
Pick कब होगा?
And there was
होगा
not
यार.
much left to
कभी तो
kind of
होगा.
secure the back lines up from back hall. Because of that, they maybe wanted to try and bait out the ult.
इसके बाद
But
थोड़ी
then
gaming करेंगे
they
बस.
hesitated in the crossing outside of C.
Yeah,
Because
maybe.
of that, just Varel pounce on the chance. Go again. Maybe trying to catch a pinch onto Ursuna, who has been sending this very early Prowler now.
I wonder if May can find a timing here.
Not impossible.
Has kind of crept out. Oh, it's been spotted out now.
मी के पास
Sooner
gun है.
aware. Rifle wall will go up, but
Akeeli
how
rifle
helpful is
DFM.
that if DFM are already out past it? Sooner under real pressure. He's got enemies on all sides.
Pinch
Door
करता है
broken
उसको.
open. May, of course, the one to find the kill. And
एक
now
और gun
B
upgrade.
site has been swarmed by
Yasuka
DFM.
का ult in 2.
It's a good case of timing that's gotten them in here. Now they need to deal with this pose plant. Foxy9 catches Zess as he tries to cross. The Seekers not doing too much. And
Good
remember,
bait, good bait,
DFM
good bait.
have a weaponry disadvantage here. The rifles.
double fight कर रहे.
Noted. Satchel forward. Just
Oh,
boots them
no,
a little bit, but
Yatsuka, I
Yatsuka
got
gets
his
the
ult
double
now.
anyway. And now, ripping the showstopper is going to send Varel scurrying back away.
एक rifle का round था बे, एक rifle का.
This retake seems doomed.
Beautiful reposition as well, भाई.
Foxy9 has gone for a big flank. It's cost a lot of time. I'm not sure it's going to be worth it in the
Hey,
end.
Cinder के पास
Akame
तो
is
judge
watching
है.
for it, and even a sheriff here for Cinder is not going to be enough to get you back in the round. There's just no time, surely. Yatsuka waiting patiently.
What?
No knife! Oh my
Knife
word,
करने
what am
जा
I
रहा है.
watching?
Oh my god! I thought he had a nice
मर
headshot.
भी गया.
Okay, loses a rifle. That's inconsequential. DFM were on a half by. They weren't
भाई
an
Yatsuka
eco,
बढ़िया
actually.
खेल रहा है
It was
यार.
just a sheriff that he had to begin with. But look at how they found that pinch to begin this round. That early Prowler becomes a bit of a
Ooh, big
mistake
kills.
for Varel.
Personal favorite Vandal
They
skin,
meant to
Prelude.
use it to try to suss out early
Prelude
presence, but
और
because it
Prelude
didn't
के
latch
अलावा
onto
मेरे को
anyone.
पसंद है Gaias.
Just being able to sneak in, tough retake to put together as well, everyone on separate angles, and not exactly well coordinated. This is awesome. And now with broken economy, DFM look poised to take map point.
My blind is dead.
DFM taking some space outside of C. Similar setup we've seen from them a couple of times now. 100% right though. Varel really scraping the bottom of the barrel with this buy as well. Boombot's going to go
Shot
forward.
me.
May again.
अब
with another
DFM close
entry,
कर
doing a great
जाएगी,
job
हाँ?
in this second half. Somehow, Cinder's able to get out of there alive. It's all a bit
Shot.
messy as he gets involved.
Shot
Oh,
from
double.
Cinder.
No, this is getting a little bit
Oh,
too bad for me.
से मार रहा
How
है.
does he get 3? He should be dead. And Foxy9 won as well. Varel are not done yet. This game continues to just get messier and messier. And now Cess is alone. DFM, have they fumbled? Yeah. I mean, and how important is that going to end up being? Does Varel go on to potentially sweep the map from here? We'll have
जैसे ही
to wait
बोला
and see,
DFM
but
close कर लेगी
my God,
गुखा
does it give
लिए.
them a bit
Oh.
more of a chance?
It definitely is. Look at this. Altor being collected upon as well. High-low. And Cess is more than likely to save. Spike's gone, and I don't even know if he has this 1v1.
ले
He said
पांचों
not
मार
to.
दिए भाई.
Thrifty brought back,
Cinder is getting away with murder in that round.
which is ridiculous. I mean, again, DFM are playing a lot quicker than they normally do, I would think, but
Oh, what a shot.
अच्छा खेला Cinder वहाँ पे
it
यार.
feels as though in some of these chaotic moments as well, they start to
तीनों
hesitate and
kills
can't
बड़ी
quite
थी.
catch on. No one's really like just pushing into sight that much confidently. They tried to go for that little, like, you know, CS crouch spray, take Cinder down mid TP, but Cinder just gets through and has every single kill possible with a bandit. The whole team picked up rifles off of DFM's corpses because of that one play.
Yeah, Varel are back and back in
Varel का map
big
है
way.
पर Varel निकाल रही है बहुत सारे
Micros
प्यारे हैं Varel
के.
के.
Timeout to figure out what do they do here.
इतने round
You
निकाले
can
उन
save
लोगों
this
ने.
round, play 11-11 and see if you can win out from there, but it really does feel like DFM have missed a huge opportunity to close this map out.
You gotta imagine that can be kind of.
दोस्तों like कर दो stream अगर like नहीं किया हो तो and subscribe if you're
new. You don't want to be a
new.
recurring thing, knowing obviously what happened against Paper X. I mean, to be fair, they were the ones making the comeback there, but they had their own chances of trying to close that out. Weren't able to do so. You can't keep losing these close maps. It's not over yet, that's for sure. Yatsuka has been given.
Team close जाते जा रहा है यार धीरे-धीरे.
Is DFM going to see if they can put anything together behind that, but
I don't know. No alts to really speak of. Maybe Cess on the steel guard, but even that's quite tentative.
Fully को Yatsuka के पास gun है बस.
Immediately though, okay.
वापस single rifle round ना. What about the
time? Look at this, 3 players. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
never mind, bhai. अब नहीं हगेगी Varel यार.
Probably done as
DFM. एक और thrifty नहीं हगने वाली है.
Varel pretty aware as well. They're going to come flooding across to try and deal with this push in ruins, and they have the pieces that they need to do so. Good shot in from May, but it's not really enough to win the round. One more to find. Akame's been spotted out by that Prowler. The Sheriff doing some damage. Varel don't get through it cleanly, but they do get through the round, and they do equalize at 11 apiece. And at this point, it's anybody's map.
It really is. There's always a chance.
अभी नहीं खेलूंगा मैं game. एक match तो देखूंगा at least.
You have to admit, incredibly impressive from Varel. They're just so ready to scrap. Instant contact from Foxy9. They start to peek out, but because weaker weaponry in the hands of DFM now, DFM slinks back and looks to hold angles instead. And Varel just rushed in for the trades. Everyone's prepared. Still with the ult online too, and you really have to consider. But it feels like Yatsuka's gonna just dive in past Toxic Screen again. No, trouble this time.
Op निकाली है Zexy ने. अरे Caster भाई same pinch.
It's gonna be a grenade in his face.
शादी कर लेते आ जाओ.
This has gotten a bit awkward for Varel. They were caught in transition, and Akame will punish.
Okay, it's a big weapon and showstopper.
Zexy got result.
Varel starting to.
Next round वो लोग अच्छा खेल सकते हैं.
Towards the A site, DFM has an option to rotate if they so choose. Varel are in fact playing
अगर राउंड ये Varel जीतती है ना तो next close करने के लिए उनके पास बढ़िया ultimate रहेगी. Foxy up, yes sir.
With that nightfall in hand.
Rose back. Shot.
Foxy9 retrieving that off.
Yep, OG operator player.
Kaide goes down. We're back to 4-on-4, and Zuna is clearing the space back out.
Oh, interesting.
We will get caught by that steel garden. Still got Foxy9 though in tow, but
sorry यार Foxy भाई मेरी गलती actually.
And May finding those important entries.
मेरी गलती भाई Foxy भाई.
As well, Zuna is going to rip the Nightfall. They're going to try to go for this retake 2-on-3. Got Akame and Cess at about half HP or less. This is still doable for Varel. Seekers giving away Zuna's position. May survive.
They won't expect
that might be a chance gone begging as far as Varel are concerned. 1v1. LP knows where Akame is but doesn't find him.
LP, good.
Enough there for Akame to find the peak. It is DFM that gets to 12 first.
The entire map going the distance, and that's what you have to love at the end of the day. My God, is it close.
मैं mostly नहीं देखूंगा.
Starts off with all these initial fights, but towards the end, like past the mid round, towards the end
बाद में देखूंगा मैं Spider-Man.
You start to see Varel begin to
मैंने अभी recently
बहुत movie देखी है. Alone or up by Heaven. Someone else gets caught out as well.
मेरे इधर एक आध शो तो खाली है.
Even though that Nightfall does get sent in, and it does connect, there's no one close enough to capitalize off of it. Still having ults though, and there's still a chance for this to go into overtime.
Yeah. Another pit rip there by Varel, by the way, over towards C. This time DFM won't get it done. Zuna catches May on the entry.
I guess we're going OT.
Providing so much presence that surely you can start
to rotate off of C at this point. We're going OT.
He's going to be reinforced.
LP का भी ult in one.
Paranoia, although room control still goes the way of DFM. 4v5 to try to close this round out, close this map out. Zexy doesn't quite manage to land with the showstopper. Yatsuka.
कुछ डैमेज नहीं.
Punishing.
अच्छा लगा यात्सुका का अल्टरनेट 2. Akame heal कर सकता है.
For DFM, particularly if there's
Akame is playing towards B.
Ping's going down in that direction.
Bro, अगर B split किया तो काम कर जाएगा उनके लिए.
Imagining that
Maybe सेस को लिंक पे छोड़ सकते हैं.
They're thinking about going B. That's right. Dog's gone
कान
in.
के बाजू से गोली निकली भाई, सब खाली है.
Nobody. Port in straight away. DFM, they're going to get a fast plan here. Varel are going to be caught in transition. They still have to make a rotate across in time.
Map close. 13-11. Says big position मेरे भाई.
Oh, here's the door.
Never mind मेरे भाई. Sorry मेरे भाई, मेरी गलती.
Cinder getting that kill, very important. Brings it back a little for Varel, and DFM don't look too comfortable in this post plant. You've got multiple angles to watch and maybe not enough players to do it with. Foxy9 falling, Akame again looking to be the hero. Yatsuka up behind the smoke will get it done. DFM 13-11. It was a hard fought win certainly, and Varel did look like they were going to bring it back, but maybe today is the day that Varel's streak ends. DFM are certainly hoping so. They get a win on Varel's map.
Been an historic win against T1 last
13-11
week,
बे.
but not today. DFM.
लो फॉक्सी भाई आज तो हार गए.
Backs against the wall and they come in with this.
ब्रांड की सब देखी है मैंने.
They're starting to rush in the site.
ना चलो चले जाते हैं आज. उनको पूछते हैं दोस्तों से. रात को 12 बजे वाला शो चल रहेगा.
I mean, I think across the board, DFM looked like they were just a step ahead in a lot of cases.
बोला तो यूट्यूब बोलेगा और DFM जीतेगी. पहले चैट में सॉरी मेरे भाई.
We obviously had the question about Lotus being the first time they got peaked this season. Haven't actually seen it so far. Maybe that'll be a point of contention potentially on the desk, but Varel have a lot of thinking to do. I don't know, man. I mean, look.
बढ़िया एस मारा था इसने. नेक्स्ट मैप क्या है? नेक्स्ट मैप DFM का पिक है. DFM 2-0 कर रही है. Bro, ascent. We going map 3 chat.
A real uphill battle to come back into this series and maintain this little streak that you've started to put together. I think a lot of people are behind Varel and excited to be watching them play, but if they drop to DFM, then it's sort of like going back to square one.
Yeah, you hope that's not going to happen. They definitely do need to take this little break between the maps to cool off, though. Definitely getting overheated in some of these positions as well, but
any good tea अभी तो नहीं. गेम खेलोगे आज? Probably.
Akame with the ace as well. Whatever it is.
Next is Ascent. Ascent की थोड़ी सी पढ़ाई कर लेते हैं. आ जाओ.
We're going to toss it back over onto the lovely desk.
वे लोग ने Ascent खेला ही नहीं है क्या आज तक? 3 बार खेला. ये कौन सा स्टेज है भाई? ये बार खेला ही नहीं है इन लोग ने Ascent. पहली बार Ascent खेलने वाले Varel वाले. अब Varel का एक प्लेयर चेंज होगा. चैट देखना. और DFM पेपर एक्स को धक्का दे दी थी ऑलमोस्ट.
Exactly. That's how I would describe it. This does feel a little bit classic Varel
Nice.
when they just couldn't get it done in the final moments. But this game was neck and neck the whole way.
Bro, DFM stage 1 में playoffs थी.
Varel really have nothing to blame but themselves for not getting this game done. We saw
वो 7th 8th आए हैं बे.
we saw all sorts of different rounds that could have gone their way.
Shit.
So I do think they'll be feeling like this might be the Varel of old. I think they could be kicking themselves.
DFM winning 2-0.
Knowing that they had everything they needed to get their own map pick.
क्या देखे? कुछ है देखने को? अरे कोई आया ही नहीं यार आज वॉच पार्टी करने यार दोस्तों. वो हर्ष भाई लाइव है.
You want me to dash here? I'll dash here. Side.
8-4.
तो स्मोक करके स्मोक में डैश करूँ ना चैट. क्लच भाई का रोल कर लिया है. दोनों ने रोल स्विच कर लिया. क्लच भाई वॉच पार्टी करने लग गए और हर्ष भाई गेम प्ले स्ट्रीम. आज इतने इंटरेस्टिंग मैचेस नहीं है इसलिए नहीं कर रहा. DFM Varel है. Varel वन साइड मारेगी.
13-11 DFM जीती.
वन साइडेड तो नहीं बट मारेगी.
साला देख रहे हो उसको?
To heaven. भाई साहब क्या जेटमैन माफी की एंट्री लिया हुआ.
One enemy remaining.
जिंदगी में ऐसी एंट्री.
क्या सेल्फ ग्लेज हेल.
ओए गावत. आज क्या हो गया भाई को?
This place is nice, but not nice enough to
मैंने
die
28 में वीपी लिया था स्टोर से, मेरे को इज्जत
सेल्फ ग्लेस देख रहे हो?
13-11 DFM G3 हगरे। हाँ मैं तो वैरल कम बैक करेगी भाई। वैरल ने T1 को 2-0 किया है क्लर्ज भाई।
2-0 DFM easy game। देखिए
I gotta ask them chat कि कैसा सीन है।
अब भूख आएगा।
मेरे को स्मोक कर लेना चाहिए था ना खुद को। गन इन प्लेटफॉर्म।
ये 2-0 बोला 1-2 होगा।
There's a spectre side guys. Yeah, on my mark.
इको राउंड हार गए उनकी टीम। मिंट दी शॉट चाटा।
मत कर लाला मत कर।
खत्म। ये मैच खत्म होगा, ये मैच खत्म हो जाएगा। देखो
इतना वो नहीं करना चाहिए था मेरे को इतना।
ये मैच हार जाएंगे। जी का मैच कब है? कल है। वाह अमेरिका लफड़ा देखिए, अमेरिका लफड़ा देखिए। आ जाओ। अमेरिका का लफड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है भाई।
Opa, peraí, produção. Aí, é isso que a gente gosta. Vamos nessa. Vamos aí. Bora, Tio Game. QCK. Garante a primeira kill pra cima do Smoke, agora sim. A Tio Game vem embrasada, passou no teste, mas tá cego mesmo assim. QCK leva mais um. Que beleza. Flutua a arma. Ficou o satélite, maroto. Ninguém entendeu nada. E agora quem é que vai buscar ele? Satélite. Levou mais um. Eu já tô perdido aqui nesse round. FRZ levou. E opa, peraí, produção.
कल सारे मैच बस बड़ी करेंगे। हाँ कल सारे They were shot was the player didn't even finish the round and they actually and clearly extremely rated with it's already almost 2 hour 30 minutes of pause, 1.5 map played, regrettable. हाँ मस्त लफड़ा। हाँ मतलब हेवी लफड़ा। 1 hour in line। I love this game। हाँ ये देखो लॉबी देखो इसकी। साला सिल्वर इमॉर्टल साथ में क्यों कर रहे हैं और फिर रोते हैं। कैसे लोग होंगे लो आईक्यू। फनाटिक वॉच पार्टी आज फनाटिक के लिए वन साइडेड गेम है मेरे भाई। ब्रो चैट एक्चुअली फनाटिक कितना बढ़िया और कितना इजीली क्वालिफाई कर सकती है यार। मतलब टॉप 2 वाली क्वालिफिकेशन, क्योंकि फनाटिक इज 2-1। आज जीती तो 3-1। फनाटिक को आज का गेम जीतना पड़ेगा और फिर हेरिटिक्स के अगेंस्ट जीतना पड़ेगा 4-1। हेरिटिक्स गू खा लेगी। जैंटेक्स के ओकेसी से आ रहे हैं, इटर्नल फायर से भी आ रहे हैं। नेवर माइंड ब्रो, हेरिटिक्स नहीं जा रही चैम्प्स। क्या हुआ बताओ ना। यार 2 घंटा 30 मिनट का पॉज था और उसके बाद ऐसा लैग हुआ जो अभी दिखाया ना, ये लैग हुआ। न्यू वेंडल या प्राइमोडियम। ओए आज की शॉप चेक करते हैं। आ जाओ आज की शॉप चेक मारे आज की शॉप। काजू सोरा बोल नहीं सकता। बात तो सही है, काजू भाई का हो गया है यार। पॉलिश प्लेयर्स का ऐसे ही होता है पता है, एक सीजन चलते हैं दूसरे सीजन गायब भी हो जाते हैं। मैं बोल रहा हूँ प्राइमोडियम मेरे भाई। भाई ये थंबनेल डाली थी इन लोग ने।
To lose again, does that mentality fall away?
Yeah, I think they're going to be disappointed that they let their
slip
through their fingers there, but we haven't seen what Val's going to offer us here on Ascent. There's a fair bit of tape on DFM, and Val do get
few more games, Shad, few more games
of starting out there on defense. What's going on here, by the way?
Few more games, then we back.
Your kids? Or?
Yes, they're both mine, my twins. I've named them Mitchell and Morgan.
Crazy.
But we're really excited. Again.
Crazy. Crazy.
It's also very excited to watch this because DFM. I remember his performances in the past.
अभी न्यू टीम्स का टाइम है पुराने प्लेयर्स से नहीं हो रहा है भाई ये में ऐसी हो ओए सब्स्टिट्यूशन सब्स्टिट्यूशन हो गया बे
But just so you guys know, Klaus is in for 5 out of 7 of the maps. Cinder plays, I believe,
Klaus भाई आ गए
and Lotus, although that was
चिंडर की जगह क्लाउस आ गया
potentially, but Klaus
किक
back
पे वैन
in is
रात को
substituted in for Ascent, and it's the classic double sentinel. Cypher deadlock.
डबल सेंटिनल अबे ये क्या है
the defensive side looking to give DFM some
वायरल भाई
double duelist.
I mean, look, we've seen some
फ्रॉस्ट भाई आ गए आपकी टीम के कोच उधर डबल डुएलिस्ट उधर डबल सेंटिनल
Let's see if they slow down Yatsuka. No changes here for DFM. This is what they played last time. They'll be feeling
इसके बाद गेमिंग
well drilled and locked in now, ready for that win.
And of course, we have casters today. And Pilsky, you that was not a great toss last time. Do you want to redo it?
Oh, sure. Let's throw it on over to our favorite father and son duo, Elfish and Quack.
Father and son duo.
That was a little bit more like it. We like that one, Pilsy. Thank you very much. But the real question is, who's the father and who's the son? You'll have to answer that for us next time around. That said, there might not be a next time around for Varel if they don't get through this map. We have to jump on into
बाहर हो जाएगी अगर ये हारी तो
DFM can close things out.
नहीं 2-0 2-0
and make those people in the
Varel 2-0
party
यार
very, very
इंजरी का हो
happy.
सब्स्टिट्यूशन हो
I know I predicted for Varel. Okay.
अबे नहीं भाई 6 प्लेयर रोस्टर है उनका वो लोग कभी भी सब्स्टिट्यूट कर सकते हैं ऐसा अलाउड होता है वीसीटी में टीम्स करती नहीं है वो बात अलग है
4 or 5 OTs, something like that. So, what are the chances? What do you
वो
reckon?
नया
You must be
प्लेयर
pretty
वाला
confident right now.
सब्स्टिट्यूशन अलग है मतलब एकदम नया प्लेयर जो रोस्टर में नहीं है
Speaking to my adopted father here.
There we go.
Foxy9 was named match MVP for 2 consecutive games अबे Foxy9 को तो तुम लोग साला जिंक्स कर दो ना
all year round. The last time they actually played Ascent with this team, with this roster,
ये लोग 6-man roster में ही खेल रहे हैं
Ascension last year when they were still called SLT Songnam. So it's going to be quite curious. But looking at the composition, Deadlock brought in, we feel like it's not impossible. Although, pixel angles and it's quick trades as well.
Yeah, good swing back in there from Yatsuka. So
Yatsuka on Neon
4 on 4 confirmed. Cage gonna disappear. The cam as well will be shot down.
Sheriff मिल गई
picked up too. So a little bit of a win there for DFM. Claim some space, get some upgrades to cost a little of HP for Kaede and Yatsuka, but overall, not too bad.
Look at A short though. I mean, Catwalk. The lock
अबे
wall's
एक
already
जगह
propped
वॉल
up
है
as
एक
well,
जगह
so
ट्रैप है
Varel's
अब
gonna
बताओ कहाँ
be
जाओगे
locked out of this position for a bit more time.
वो फाइटिंग
Just
वो
nice.
सब टीम में था क्या नहीं अरे वो सब्स्टिट्यूशन अलग है तब प्लेयर की हालात खराब होते हैं जब मतलब कुछ हो जाता है प्लेयर को तब वो अलग सब्स्टिट्यूशन है जो प्लेयर टीम में नहीं था समझ रहा एक मैच खेलने के लिए आया था बस ये मिड गेम स्विच किए ये लोग मिड गेम पहला मैप कोई अलग 5 खेले ये मैप दूसरा प्लेयर खेल रहा है
3-on-2 post plan or something like that. As Kaede though getting the entry onto Klaus, and that's exactly what you want. LP tapping away, starting to run out of bullets, and a big swing in from Yatsuka with that Sheriff. It's all Foxy9 though, as Varel will claim the first pistol of the map, and of course it's Foxy9.
Of course. The stats just continue to build up. So many of these times, these rounds. I mean, he's not necessarily the one.
भाई Foxy देखा जाए तो इस मैच में
multi kills. Almost always.
सबसे ज़्यादा किसी ने मतलब बहुत ऊपर गया तो Foxy है इसके ऊपर कोई गया भी नहीं है
It's just so impressive and how this composition was set up perfectly against the
बहुत heavy game experience है Foxy के पास
Sonic sensors were already
फिर
set
भी
up
लोग फर्स्ट में पता नहीं कैसे क्लोज लेके आसपास
Yatsuka had to take a little bit of time.
सो जाता है उसका सब्स्टिट्यूशन
वाह
set मैच है
Now
आज
Sonic sensors get placed a little bit set further apart, one more closer to
100 Thieves तो qualify कर रही है champs
and DFM of course on this pistol have
100%
quite a bit of legwork to do. B main already being taken by Varel as well, and they're going to continue to push out.
Shot.
Kaede falling. Nice push from Zexy.
Look at this line.
Wants to get amongst it. Oh, that's awkward.
Come on. That's not Ascension.
भाई लोग डिफेंस में डबल सेंटिनल चालू किए हैं बे चैट
shots when he was playing over in Bangkok last year. That's more like it.
No reason to not peek that at this point. Such an advantageous tool for him.
जी भी कर पाएगा हाँ पॉसिबल है जी को कल बस जिंजी को हराना है
Utility around this site.
कल जिंजी हराते तो वो लोग के लिए थोड़ा
Oh, what are you
80% चांसेस रहेंगे
I mean, Sez has got himself one.
LP दौड़ गया
Damage
भाई.
done. There's a second. Not too costly of a round for Varel, but at least DFM can say they got something out of it. The real fun begins now, though, as we head into round number 3, and we'll see how Varel do negotiate their bonus. Have to reinvest a couple of weapons.
Arif is looking better from EWC. वही ना EWC जीत के भी आए हैं.
Really makes
Form
you
तो
start
अच्छा
to think
रहेगा.
about how DFM might want to adapt or rotate around this. I mean, they're already witnessing so many potential deadlock trips and traps. The early barrier mash out towards
भाई इनका काम तो आएगा डबल सेंटिनल हाँ.
which
इनका डबल सेंटिनल actually काम आने वाला है.
now feels like they just want to rush on over up by A main.
Zixi ऑफ निकाल लिया थर्ड राउंड.
DFM with a slow creep towards A for the moment.
Round 3 off for Zexi. Oh, Kaide.
Yeah, Kaide got to be real careful here. This is not a favorable duel to be taking with a
Swing ही
rifle
नहीं
either
करना
way.
Kaide भाई.
Starting to come in the direction
Kaide
of
ने
the
Zixi को.
A site. Kaide for one, Cess
ऑपरेटर
for the
गायब
other.
उसकी.
So I was wrong about the favorable duel conversation. He's managed to deal with that accordingly.
That is so odd. I would have thought it would have been the other way, but yeah. Look at this now from Kaide too.
Heavy info. Akame is ready, bro. Akame is reading
Akame
it.
once again getting involved early on in the piece for
Operator
DFM.
चली गई
Oh my
बे.
god. And then they have a free B site.
Just slipped the net. Oh, May doesn't want to fall. That's a good exit. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is a map that's just fraught with danger for DFM in
मेरे को
many ways.
चुपचाप से
You've got that
operator उठा
deadlock
लेनी
util,
चाहिए.
obviously you've got the
भाई इनके पास पैसा
the
दो
sniper
उतना
util as
heavy
well.
जाएगा.
So it sort of feels like every corner you go around, there's something that you
Foxy.
have to get rid of. Maybe not the case.
Foxy.
Foxy9 though has now built up that neural theft, and he says, I'll take that. Thank you very much. Info given. Akame at the back of sight here in the boat shed. Dealt with and Foxy9 on for the ace. He knows where Yatsuka's coming from. He's a sliver of HP, and he won't get it. Unbelievable. How's he got past that? How is Yatsuka? You're kidding me. How's he won that round? That's impossible.
Oh my god! Hero plays on top of hero plays. Let's put that on the tape again. You thought that Foxy9 was hit.
HP वाला बंदा राउंड निकाल के चले गया.
He put this entire round on his back, picked up the 4K immediately with the early rotations, but can't deliver the ace, and that's enough for Yatsuka to come in like this. Immediately sprints over, gets the kill on the LP, who tries to spin around.
Bro,
Gets
what a round!
I cannot, I'm speechless. Anyway, what a way to pick up the first round there for DFM. They'll be feeling, I'm sure, pretty good. Let's hear from them.
最後 B がいいなこれ。最後 B ね。一回センサー吐かそう。ダメしていくね。触れるよ。
Shot, what the f...
センサー見るセンサー見る。A メインオーメンかな。ちょっとの。あ、疲れた。B がサイファーソーブ。A マコモク。
क्या नसीब है ये?
あいつセンサーない。センサーゼロ。A マン上使ってる。はい、オッケー。ショートセンサーどこら辺？いや、これどうしようかな。センサー後置きで後置き。
Yeah, the early contact faults are just a little bit too much to bear now, and unless they can find opening picks closer out towards B site, which is where they're positioned right now, it
bro,
feels
ये
like this
क्या
round could
चल
be
रहा है
done.
भाई?
Foxy9 is just so darn good at holding the angles too.
Yeah.
It's
The
big
last
game.
round was done as well. Let's not count our chickens just yet. It is going to be a tough one for DFM,
3v5.
especially now that they've been smoked
Fox
off
is
that
in that.
trip
जब तक
in
Fox
mid.
is in that, तब तक Varel is in
Stop
that.
Cess from pushing his way up in middle. Just kind of hoping for a mistake out from Varel here.
No
20
time.
seconds on the clock though. They're not going to be moving anywhere, and it might just end up being the save for DFM so they can have a crack in the next round.
It's probably just what it's going to be.
3-1 start from
Kind of
Varel
as
भाई.
well, just allow for both teams to
अच्छा
cool
comeback
off
खा
a
गए
bit.
10-12
They
अभी.
trying
क्या
to pick
बात
up the
कर
pace,
रहा है?
trying to catch
मैंने
a
बोला
pinch
था,
on towards LP,
9-4
which
पे.
is similar to their approach from
9-5 पे, sorry.
Sean Lotus, sensing an early prowler outside of
ऐसा हो
B pillar
सकता है कि
then.
comeback आ जाए.
But this
Eco हार
time
गए
around,
जब
there
वो.
was a bit more support. There was a shotgun too.
Bro, what?
And well,
Oh, hell
DFM
no,
will have
bro.
to sit down for a moment.
Jet entry नहीं
Still
हो पाई क्या?
okay. I mean, that's the
हार गए game. हाय
entire round
रब्बा.
for both sides. Just quickly recognizing it. LP, Klaus even, mentioned in the interviews where watching his teammates kind of play without him, he gets He gets fired up. It definitely lights a flame under him. We'll just continue going forward for now. Early presence as always, and Varel playing a little bit more defensive this time. Just relying on the camera to spot out information by B main.
A little bit of an easier entry into this B side, at least into B main for DFM this round, but the side itself is going to be another question. Foxy9 on the other side of this engagement. Usually pretty sharp. May's going to go right past him, and Yatsika will use him as a decoy. It's a 1-for-1, and that is enough for DFM to get into the site. Spots a few out with that drone. That info sort of a move point. Farrell would have been aware there would have been multiple players in there anyway. They're going to try and make something happen. And now Yatsika under pressure. LP will shut him down. Starting to get a bit messy here for DFM. Still kind of waiting for Cess to choose his timing, and Maze picked up a crucial double. That creep coming on through. Cess needs to hurry up and help him out. He does. 1v1
Beautiful
now.
Flash.
And Zexy back on out, swings on the line, cops a bunch of HP. Taps that defuse. Cess just happy to be getting the information there that he's not tapping, not holding, and he's really just playing the timing game so nicely. You don't even have to fight if your name is Cess. You're just going to win the round anyway. DFM claim one. A messy, chaotic round. But a round is a round as far as DFM are concerned.
I mean, it was always a little bit tricky on the attacking side. Sentinels, one piece on each side, and this time around, they managed to pick it up against Foxy9 because of a Bucky play by Yatsuka, but as the understream gets ripped, it's completely countered by Annihilation. They try to pick up the pace, but down to the 1v1, and Cess is the one who clutches it out.
But
he's starting to farm an aura. Gonna put more reinforcements this time around.
जितना ज़्यादा rounds Varel हारेगी ना defense में, उतना BT है.
Oh, this time Zexy gets that open up.
And that's a big line to take and hold as well. DFM, not too many options. They're all stuck in isolated positions too. I kind of just want to see them go down bottom mid instead, but also not a bad shot to apply a bit more pressure.
निकलने वाले rounds निकल रहे हैं ना. Foxy टूट गया after that round. वो गाली भर रहा होगा भाई कि मैं 4 मार रहा हूँ मेरे भाई लोग. 3 जिंदा हो तुम 3.
He will be pushing his way out and not landing the shot.
3 नहीं 2.
So
मार लो 2.
survives for now.
वो एक बंदा 1v3 करके आ रहा है.
And at some point DFM will have to
Operator market लेके जा रहा है.
Split 2 and 2.
Cess can port over.
Exactly, not the okay.
Varel को basic valorant खेलना पड़ेगा बस और कुछ नहीं.
You leave May on the lurk. It does look like it's going to have to be a B hit.
They're actually
going to try and sell a bit of a fake, and that's not too bad. A entry. Now the TP over towards B with the cage up, and it's looking a little bit too easy right now for that hole. Zexy, easy shot, and even with that TP over, Cess has been unable to have an impact on this round. So Varel were well aware of the possibilities. So they answer them nicely, 4-2. They maintain the lead.
Especially holding those numbers as well. Okay, and this is just going to continue to go that distance too. DFM, perhaps economy not too great for the next one, but
not even close by.
I guess I don't mind seeing them attempt the fake. It's just the fact that Varel are so ready. That shot that Zuna took against Yatsuka mid-slide as well, it just says it all. And they want to stay afloat for this series. They have a chance to lock in playoffs with these wins. They don't want to leave it to chance. They don't want to leave it to, having to play against Paper Rex in that final game, final week. So this truly is, well, to kind of what Big Time was saying, their Super Bowl.
Stage 2 में आया क्या Klurge भाई? हाँ, I guess EWC वाले time से ही आया.
Early timeout this time from DFM. Pressure is on, that is for sure. They were feeling very strong.
6-man roster खेल रहे हैं actually. Why not Oxy resign from
scene? Now it sort of feels as if
पैसा मिल रहा है ना मेरे भाई. पैसे बड़ी चीज है ना मेरे भाई.
On the attack.
पैसा बड़ी चीज है. Contract sign कर लिया उसने. Heavy वाला. ओए रिडल ऑर्डर का ही कोच है जो DFM का नया कोच है.
It's just a case of trying to
DFM
hold
ने
on.
रिडल ऑर्डर का ये उठा के
Put together,
बचा
you
पुचा
know, a pass
पुर्जा
score,
उठा के
maybe 5
अपना ये
rounds
बनाया
could
है.
be actually not that
प्लेन्स
bad.
में क्या कोई
4
इंडिया
rounds
टीम
potentially
प्लेन्स
playable.
नहीं मेरे भाई. प्लेन्स में इंडिया की टीम हो सकती
Necessarily
थी.
need to be winning this half, I think is probably the conversation there for DFM.
Kind of feels like that. I mean, just basic composition theory as well, looking at what Varel has with all the Sentinels. Yeah, they kind of, you know, definitely want more of a lead on this defense side, but DFM, all pistols, Bladestorm just to rush into A.
Well, Bladestorm can get the job done, but Zexi on a line like this, you don't imagine that he's going to be making too many mistakes. That's a missed shot, not punished just yet. Klaus spotted out as well, and LP with a spam slowing down the progress of DFM, so there'll be no entry allowed.
Bro is on.
He might get himself one more kill here. He's actually going to allow Zexi to go past. See if he can find a couple. He's just going to have to take this kill and then see what he can do. Got a headshot onto Zuna as well, I think, but was never going to win the round. 5-2, Varel off to a good start on Ascent.
बात कर रहा है.
But like you said, just already a bit of scaffolding for Varel. A lot of big guns being brought into future rounds as well. Nothing lost, truly. It's a bit of a throwaway, and it definitely gets Alpha Guy going, so kind of take a look at how the next round comes up, because this is what that timeout was intended for, but this is incredibly just instantly shut down.
Yeah, I mean, Zexi is a little bit unleashed at the moment. He's getting a lot of work done all over the map. Klaus wins a duel against Yatsuka, and that is your round. That's
save.
There's no plan. That you're never planning for a 3v5, so it's just in the matter of seconds, DFM's round has kind of gone kaput. And for those of you that don't speak German, that means broken.
Oh,
kaput.
Today I learned. Still giving it a go, though. Maybe get that op away from Zexi. I mean, the team's always going to be around him, but I don't know.
अपने इंडियन प्लेयर्स क्यों नहीं होते VCT में क्लच डाला? Because they are not good enough to play
not great
VCT
either. So just
7-hour tech pause
pigeonholing up inside of B main, holding off angles, and trying to hold on to their rifles for like a full 50 seconds.
और ये दोनों org actually Japanese है.
Not
DFM पूरी Japanese team है.
Of tasks.
Akame Korean है, अकेला.
But also kind of necessary now.
और Varel में सारे Korean है.
30 seconds left.
Just going to give Zexi a bit of target practice, but this time he's missing. So Kaido's kind of opened a little bit of an avenue up into this B side. If one more duel goes the way of DFM, all of a sudden, there might be a chance back on in. Suna gets a little bit of a helping hand there for a few missed shots of Cess, but still, plan's gone down, 1v2, this is winnable, and Akame is the guy that was getting stuff done on map 1. Let's see if he can do it again here. Pre-fire into his position, he's now tagged up even further, and doesn't really have anywhere to go, has to try and take the fight. Zuna will get it done. 6-2. DFM are really struggling to put rounds on the board right now.
I mean, if C9 is gonna keep
I have to salute that though. I mean, yeah, the scoreline, the money situation sucks. Let's be honest, but holy hell. A 3v5 turned into a 2v3, and then, you know, eventually just down to that little 1v2. Not impossible for Akame, but because he had low HP, slipped back into a position by lane, just gave Suna an opportunity to reposition into an angle he didn't expect. Either way, though, impressive from Kaide to be able to pick up 3 on his own. Let's see more of that, right? Because that's what their composition is intended for as well. If he's going to be lurking outside of B main, he needs to create some, or feign some presence in his positioning, but what is this now? Mid to B.
Up and over the top, Cess. Once again, Zexi is the player to provide the opener for Varel. There's still some work being done though. Kaide's been pretty decent on these entries, but Suna and LP holding strong on B. Again, no real success for DFM. There's moments where you think maybe the round might still slip their direction, but by and large, Varel have been really good at recovering them. Spike's now been dropped, and Kaide is isolated alone. There's multiple players honed in on his position as well.
Oh my god! No, he can't get away. Darts will tag him in the back as well. And that's a lead secured already for Varel.
Yep.
And it's all these big weapons. It's starting to become a little bit too readable. Lovely attempt at trying to bypass some of the lines. Maybe it's a set play that they've practiced in scrims, but Feral are just prepared for it. Zexy continuously repositioning around. This time around, we had LP.
When you say Foxy9, I hear
as well over on the B site.
I do just want to point out that it was the defensive half that DFM came back on this map against Paperex on.
Foxy9.
8-4 first half, so I think that would probably be the score that I'd be looking for here for DFM. If they can get to 4, I think they can still sort of see if they can salvage something out of this, but yeah, they do need to get in and they do need to get some rounds pretty damn quick. Foxy9 may as well have denied them another. They are just getting blasted at the moment on the attack. They're not having any success. 2 more rounds basically in the half after this one. Essentially going to have to go to DFM, otherwise I think we're going to be starting the curtain call for Ascent.
Feels like it. We'll see how the
we're going Haven.
What
do you think of wooden players?
Save, so kind of write that one off.
Again,
5 rounds in a row. Veral are starting to
इसका गेम है इसके बाद Frost भाई की टीम का गेम है, प्रीमियम की टीम का.
Like they just rushed in
against
Zeta
Division.
Only Foxy9 initially.
And recently Zeta Division ने RRQ को हराया
again to be able to put up these big numbers.
I mean, of course, one-sided game है FS के लिए. Anyways,
if DFM wants to be able to pull off plays like this, they need to layer more utility. They need to work the map as well. What we're seeing is just, just Mei, Yatsuka just kind of taking dry contact, maybe relying on the slide a little bit too much, but it's clearly not working out. So we're back to a bit more defaultish holds. They managed to
very
evade
bold
Zexy
peak,
for
bro.
now. And then the options
Premium
open.
Deadlock, let's go.
Well, a little bit of a change up here for DFM. They've been trying to batter down the door on B a few times, and it hasn't been too successful. So, gonna try something a little bit slower here. Take some space outside A main.
A little bit more like it too. Kaide working against the drone, but look at how Zexy's repositioned straight into the corner. It's a bit of an off angle. He can always, no, he can't. He's already dashed away. But Kaide is maintaining relative distance. Meanwhile, his entire team, DFM, just
Ascent defense.
set up, waiting for that deadlock wall to go down before they eventually rush into A.
Martin guys देखा?
A main starting.
Yes, मेरे भाई मैं live देख रहा था वो game.
Oh, Zexy is going to get another one. I mean, how many openers has Zexy had in this half? I think it's every single round, basically. Foxy9 this time, no success for him, but LP just holds down the trigger finger and fires away. Eventually will fall. Again, though, it is really dire for DFM in yet another attacking round. So the best case scenario for them going forward now is going to be 3.
Yeah. 3-9. I'm still a bit worried. 2-10. Dear God, please.
10 seconds
but
left.
It's just tough, isn't it? I mean, every round, like you said, DFM, I don't know what kind of battering ram they're using to try to break down these doors, whether it's B or A, but it's clearly not made of sturdy enough material. Kaide, trying to keep players invested. Against Zexy, that's not good. At the same time, Annihilation was already prepared by LP, has all those traps. They're just walking straight into him. They need to kind of maybe go in early, break down the deadlock wall, trying to toss in shock darts to
ओ ये ओमेन का टीपी का ये तो कुछ तो सीन हुआ है चैट ये हल्का सा बग गया मेरे साथ भी हुआ
है waiting to try to pull off a sudden silent surprise play waiting for the lock wall to fall. It's still a little bit readable.
Well, if nothing else, it
Type
can be said that
99
Barrel had
matcha.
a very strong defensive half. Yeah, no doubt about that.
Same thing with Zexy. Oh, he's gonna peek out.
He's gonna get another one.
Sure.
I mean, it's just it's like Groundhog Day.
Wow, bro, one-sided domination from Barrel.
Can we put on a different one? I'm a little bit sick of Groundhog Day.
Don't think we have any
ये
other
मैच
ones.
थर्ड मैप जाना ही नहीं
Who's
चाहिए
in Groundhog Day? Tom Hanks?
I think
पहले ही
so,
खत्म हो जाना चाहिए था और ये 2-0 गेम होता
You know, May and
आपका टिकट का प्राइस है 700-800 चल रहा है सबसे सस्ता
तो waiting for that deadlock wall and now maybe
मेरे घर के पास जो देवगन एक्स है
presence go mid to B.
Okay, well this
वहाँ
is
की स्क्रीन्स एक्चुअली गोटेड है better than Cinepolis.
Oh, Zexy.
He's trying to throw the kitchen sink at Varel at this point if you're DFM and hope for something.
I'm not really going to hold my breath.
Yeah, well, we'll see. You asked for Yatsuka to run somewhere, and he has run on in with the overdrive. That'll be the end of Zexy. Zuna still here to defend, and somehow, again, gets away with a 3K. It's a miracle work again. 4 HP. Could be on for the 4K. Yatsuka is playing a dangerous game with that op in hand. A missed shot, and you are dead, or maybe not. Time. 14 seconds though, and the flood's going to come through for Varel. If there's another tap, that'll be the end of that. 10-2 the first half for Varel. A massive comeback from map 1.
I don't know if it's possible. I don't know, Jordan.
You got no faith?
तेरा स्टार क्या है?
Not
भाई
right
तेरा
now.
स्टार क्या है?
I mean,
जल्दी
just
the
look
late.
at this. Again, another round starts off. Zexy's just farming up first kills at this
जल्दी the
point,
late.
especially with that op of his. But for Zuna to be able to pull off that play, I mean, we've seen
कमबैक स्पेल आ रहा 10-2 हो गया भाई, ये घंटा कमबैक है. बहुत ही स्लो खेलेगी वैरल और खत्म कर देगी गेम यार.
Varel stepping up.
टीडी में जा रहा हूँ.
And DFM have to be questioning like what is going on. They were pretty good on Lotus, you know, for lack of a better word.
Oh, shut.
Just being able to pick up the pace, double duelist, you know, being able to kind of come in with some adaptations of their own as well, mid-rounding a bit. But onto Ascent, like we're seeing none of that. They're trying some things, but still the fundamental issues lie. The deadlock wall, they're getting corralled around different spots. They're becoming a bit more readable. And you're just gonna stake everything onto the defense. I don't know.
Yeah, look, like I said, DFM, they had a pretty damn good defense against Paper X, but they had more rounds to play with, and I think this is a tough ask. You have to win the pistol, no doubt, for DFM. We weren't going to keep Varel quiet for long, particularly not Foxy9, who has been so good this season so far. Another really, really strong first half from him. Obviously, we talked about Zexy with the openers there as well. Pretty good cameo from LP2.
And that was Zuna.
ये कौन सा कॉकरोच भाई की मूवी?
It was across the board, very solid from Varel. You don't get a 10-2 half without everybody kind of having some kind of contribution, but see how this pistol does go. Must win for DFM if they want to take this series 2-0 and find their first win of Split 2.
Otherwise, they could kiss playoffs pretty much goodbye at this point.
Kiss? अच्छा, kiss playoffs.
And then into play-ends, and you have to go up against the challengers teams. That's always scary as well. What is this?
3 लोग आए Gravnet में.
Well, it's not going to cause too many issues apart from the fact that Varel now have been given an avenue into the B site. Zexy feeling a little bit hot under the collars, trying to get some right clicks in there. No success at all, but the rest of Varel is there to help on out. It's
beautiful
across
round.
the board, a sweep from Varel, and that might be the case for the map as
ये क्या
well.
एक mid-bleed split था chat?
4-on-1 for Cess to try and
3 लोग फंसे थे उसके Gravnet में. इतना कंट्रोल है देखो.
Such utter
मिड पे डीप वॉल भी डाल दिए. पिस्टल राउंड में कैसे तोड़ेगा कोई?
Incredible. Quickly flooding over, and that's, I don't know, what DFM's not fully accustomed to it yet, even though the right clicks were whiffed out. Foxy9 still close by, Suna's still close by, and it's just incredibly smart from LP to be able to, you know, put this kind of a play together. Like even having the barrier mesh out towards the back of Fountain was enough, but Cess?
Oh my.
Okay. I thought he was him for a second.
I thought so too. That was one more shot away from being a very interesting looking round, but in the end, 11-2 for Varel at this point. DFM, you'd think, will probably be investing into this round.
Have to. Oh man. And if it doesn't work out, like that's, well, we're just gonna straight away look at Haven then.
Yep.
The decider of the series, one that DFM themselves left open, but if they're looking at 10-2 first half on their own map,
Boxes 16-4 chat.
What's going on? Maybe they just weren't prepared for a deadlock comp. Still though,
not much of an investment in the end. You get the shotty out for Yatsuka. And apart from that, just some pistols.
3 stack on B side at least.
Drone's going to spot 1 or 2. Zexy looking for the entry. Dash up and over the top, but just to take the space. Really trying to pressure into the site itself just yet. Cage will slow things down. A bit more interested in the pivot towards spawn, which has worked out perfectly. Now Klaus holding down the alternative line for DFM.
भाई B side wall कर दिया अब spawn से.
It's just so clean, and look at how they're containing DFM within their own site.
Well, they know they've got them stuck, and there's no reason to push past this crossfire.
One enemy
They're not going anywhere.
Flawless? Flawless. Okay.
Khatam game.
Comeback? Nope. Maybe? Nope.
Match point.
Straight up. Yeah, you kind of sound like a disappointed Asian father now. It's,
In another life, I might have been.
German father. Oh, man.
Yeah.
How's that going to sound? Wow. What a decision to, like you said, like pivot all the way towards the back of spawn as well. It's just not that common, and DFM don't expect it. But then again, they weren't exactly equipped for anything. And here we go. We'll see what they can pull out at the, if possible, at the Magic Hat. Okay.
LP just trying to play with Yatsuka here. You do have that investment through for DFM, so, I mean, look, it's about as good of a round as you can hope for. If it's not going to happen here, it's not going to happen anywhere. And to be fair, then at that point, the map would be over anyway, so.
3 लोग short पे start
DFM here on Ascent.
Feigning presence into a short. Uh-oh, Foxy9 against Akame.
Two players that are in form at the moment.
Short
Akame hits the head first.
Is he up to the next?
Apparently so. Sexy falling. DFM looking to try to come back into their own. Soon it gets a little bit of success for Varel, but it's not going to be quite enough to get them back into this round. Akame is putting on a clinic.
Imagine bolte ही मर गया साला.
Soon as position noted as well. Kaide will claim the final kill for DFM. 12-3. They at least get themselves one here in the second half.
Thanks to Akame, yes. Gonna need so much more of that just to extend this map. But take a look at the mini-map as well towards the end of it. I mean, it didn't eventuate to much else, but very, very intriguing. Nerdy little barrier mesh all the way towards the back of spawn, and because of the little patches and everything, you know, several patches back actually, the deadlock wall just spreads out entirely in defender spawn.
Third map देखना है chat.
Unfortunately, DFM has a little bit more time to cross. Either way, though.
ये लोग ने agent कॉम ही बहुत अच्छा ले लिया था.
Pushing out. Let's take a quick listen in.
DFM के पास option ही नहीं था.
오케이 천천히. 야 BTB가 피스를 한번 더 하자. 스펙 데드락탄 주라. 형이 더 쓰고. 확인했어. 네 미드 드론 중 지금 미드 나온 거 조심. 게이트에서 뛰어라. 얘들아 BTB로 BTB 아니야 우리? 자 BTB 일로 해서 와 여기서. 야 벅시 걸릴까? 여기에 이거 소리 안 들리게 와. 얘들아 나 실제 저거 아까 소 앞라인에 있었어 얘들아. 여기 나 얘들아 나
ऐसा लग रहा है कि Foxy calling कर रहा है ना chat?
Just a bit. And it's Akame inside of B main. He's alone. DFM shaking, thinking that it's an A hit after the one frag. Feral is setting up mid to B as well. Again, they do that same deadlock wall. Oh my gosh.
Almost connect हुआ था.
Straight into the trip in mid. No secrets as to where Varel are headed at this point, but Akame has got no backup at all. Nobody is even nearby to try and help him out. There is going to be a smoke that comes across to just give him a little bit more space, but it's nothing.
GG!
As far as Varel are concerned, that is the site taken. That is going to be the plan, and it's probably going to be the map as well.
30 seconds left.
Really not much else. They're going to spend a little bit of resources, break down the wall. They start to set their foot in, but there's no flash, no real smokes to speak of. Just a couple of cloud bursts.
Gonna have to give it a crack anyway. Can't be saving into the next map. Kaide goes forward, loses the initial duel. It's a good trade from May. But you're running out of options here with only 2 players left alive. May and Cess have to pop off, and now it's just May, and he's been covered off by Foxy9. No kill extra there for him.
1v3.
A 1v3 with time ticking away. May has to get a bit of a wriggle on. There's taps headed in his direction. He's tagged down low as well. That's vocal fade, and that will be that. I think we all do where that map was going.
One side is slapping Bay.
Especially when that
Bro, actually आता है मेरे को Korean, but जब जल्दी बोलते हैं ना तो मैं actually fluent नहीं हूँ. Fluent रहना और समझना दो अलग चीज है ना. वो लोग बहुत fluently बोल रहे थे. अभी जेनी दीदी आके बोलेगी तो कैसे समझ में आता है. हाँ. क्योंकि बहुत अच्छे से धीरे-धीरे बोलती है.
Varel's defense, on the other hand, so darn impressive, taking it down.
We're going map 3.
How much they can control the map with
Olympic Arena.
Foxy9 on his own.
बड़ा लोना.
additional firepower because of how well he's
मैंने पता नहीं कि उसको ओलंपिक अरीना पड़ा था.
Zexy on his op 2 was another big factor, but I am very
1-1. ओए आज तो सारी जापानीज टीम, जापानीज और उसका गेम है बेचारे. देखो.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? I mean, it caused a lot of
हाय किजेन, ये युगांडा की टीम है क्या?
DFM obviously goes the off.
बात करते थे ना ये जो आप.
DFM, yeah, they're going to go back and
2-2 रुपए की यार. मेरे एक कोरियन बोलती थी बात पे मेरे को
on your attack.
हैं.
DFM though, you know,
ब्रांड
they have
की
the
टिकट
luxury
स्पॉन्सर
obviously
कर
of
दो.
going to this third map, so
अरे थोड़े टाइम बाद देख लेना यार, आज ही देखना जरूरी नहीं है.
potentially looking at the possibility of
भाई मेरे को याद है पर जब मैं छोटा था ना, मतलब 5th स्टैंडर्ड में, और तब ये सब आती थी ना, क्या इन्फिनिटी वॉर, एंड गेम, ये सब आई थी, तब साला मैं फर्स्ट डे फर्स्ट शो जाता था यार.
back over to the desk though to break all of that down for us.
वो T1 को 13-10 हराए थे. 13-10, holy shit भाई. क्लॉज ही खेलने वाला है.
Looking really great. May was the first time I've seen May struggle so much.
क्लॉज ही खेलेगा बताओ.
Yeah.
33%. और ये लोग हारे थे. खत्म है. 2-1 वैरल ब्रो. साथ में एंड गेम आई थी अभी 2019 में आई थी. अभी जब 6th में था यार, तब तो इन्फिनिटी वॉर आई थी ना. एंड गेम आई थी तब मैं, हाँ वही 8th-9th में होऊंगा यार. न्यू देखूंगा. भाई मैंने पहली 3D मूवी कौन सी देखी होगी? आई गेस जंगल बुक.
I think they didn't understand how to beat it.
I still remember.
I think the big thing is they picked a scent knowing that Varel haven't shown it yet, and they weren't prepared for this surprise. We saw time and time again that deadlock.
मेरा सुनने वाला मैक्स टू मैक्स 10 लोग थे. हैं?
They didn't understand how to beat it.
ये सही है भाई. नोएडा में I came to Thailand alone but fell. What the fuck, bro?
Locking down that site, so real struggle here for DFM. Really nobody getting the ball rolling. It felt tough.
2.2 million followers.
Very different than DFM's performance on this map last week.
Alexa, turn off the fan.
I told you guys, Foxy9. There's something like he used to play Killjoy on this map, but there's
पहली बार धूम 3 देखी थी थिएटर में. हाँ.
Plays so well. Really good sign for Barrel though. It's not that they were underperforming
भाई,
on map.
हर्ष भाई डायमंड 2 चले आएंगे. चलो देखते आ जाओ. हर्ष भाई का गेम प्ले देखते आ जाओ. Let's review.
Pushing up heaven. Get my gun. Out 2. What?
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
अरे वो फुक्कू काकू सबको बेट कर रहे क्या? हर्ष भाई के चैट में आके टिर्री स्पैम करके आया था.
कर दो. क्या उसे कहते हैं, रिफंड कर दो. आप दिखने नहीं चाहिए मुझे चैट में, ठीक है ना? दिखने नहीं चाहिए. क्लच भाई को टाइम आउट दे दो प्लीज.
This is how Klurge feel by the way लिखा.
Let's go A with Mal.
सब लोग टिर्री स्पैम कर रहे हैं.
Nice shot, Pahu भाई. Pahu.
My ult is ready.
Finally, a round after 5 million days.
शक्ल देखो.
टिर्री 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 रे टिर्री टिर्री चाली पुर पुर टिर्री चाली टिर्री टिर्री.
हर चीज को गाना कैसे बना सकता है कोई आदमी?
टिर्री टिर्री टी लागली टिर्री मध्ये आणि आली बाहेर टूर करून. टिर्री टिर्री टिर्री. We go again with Malt.
Nick.
Cloud up him. Oh shit.
सब चीज पे गाना शॉट भूत बना दिया
Great. That was great.
Dropping smoke. Blocking sight.
WT in the chat, baby.
ब्रो चैट क्या वो एक बोल्ट फैंटम है जो जेट के पास थी टोनी कक्कड़ बिरादरी
Chat, baby.
स्किल
Oh my god.
One enemy remaining.
Overheal shot. Nice.
ये कमबैक आ सकता है टाइम फॉर सम
The neon there, a slightly different flavor of this double duelist. So for me, I think the onus is on DFM to bounce back after that map loss. It's very tough on your own map pick. You get absolutely manhandled. You have to be able to recover and bring your best game in.
If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
Never got the ball rolling.
क्या हो गया बताओ यार ज़ेंडर भाई
Consistently. So if they're going to get this win, I want to see him step up individually like we know he can.
I do want to ask you guys now that Varel has found success on map 2, we did have some questions initially about Impulse and Cinder. So, are you still feeling like the 6-man roster is working for Varel?
I don't think I ever said that.
I don't
as far as I'm concerned,
no, you
just
never
put Klaus
said it.
in.
Yeah.
I just want Klaus in the whole time. I think he's going to be in for Haven.
Yes,
and the last time that
he
he played on this map, he was quite good against T1. He had a few clutch rounds as well, a couple multi-frags. So I'm quite happy that he's going to be in the server here. I want to see what both of these teams are doing with the comps. You see,
I forgot my stream. Personally, he लिए bold phantom.
Things like that. Both teams sometimes will play a little bit of Jet. So I want to see what we're going to get.
Your flow skin is spinning so much
insane.
insane.
We're going to get too.
I mean, we're pretty sure it's Klaus for Haven.
Pretty sure?
You know, he
We're
played
sure?
he played on the Haven against T1,
Yeah.
so it would be a wild change. And
कोई एनीमे देखना चालू करना है यार चैट
Split
and
and Lotus.
कोई बढ़िया एनीमे देखना चालू करना है
that's why it does baffle me as a weird
Baffle
system
me?
roster, why those two maps. I mean, I'd love to dig into this more because as someone who's a part of 6-man rosters, 7-man rosters, even it's difficult for the players who comes in 2023. 2023 global had seven players.
Who were your extras?
Oh, you put him on the spot here.
You want me to list all 7?
He's not going to remember his boys, and he's going to be really
now I'm kind of
embarrassed.
curious. But do they work? The thing is, I've never seen them work, and they're using
that's
an
the problem.
active one. It's not someone because someone's injured, someone's sick. This is like an active like,
I will say,
roster.
the 6-man roster is normally difficult because the guy who has to come in has such little prep time. He has no warm-up time. He's coming in cold into the middle of the series. But to Klaus's credit, both times it's been him coming off the bench. In the T1 game, he was very good there. And even in this map, he did his job very, very well. So if they're comfortable with the swap, then it can give you an edge. But it's just how consistent can they be at making that swap work? At what point will that be a trigger point, a problem, and it will break down for Varel?
But so right now you guys are feeling the...
I'm still feeling a Varel win.
Yeah, I think they've got big momentum, but I think it's up to DFM to turn this one around. I think it's good that you highlighted May in particular. Had a little bit of a rough game, as mentioned, attacking into double senti. Can't get the best of everyone, and he will be back on the Jet. Last time he played Haven against Varel, I think he dropped 20 plus in a loss, if I remember correctly. So he's very, very poised for a big game here to carry DFM across the finish line.
For Varel, this is what we expected from them. Zexy on that Neon, LP on the Phoenix, and it is Klaus in. Once again on the Omen, I will say he had a fantastic game on the Omen, so if he's able to replicate that performance, I'm feeling fantastic for Varel. And we have to keep talking about Foxy9 on this Sentinel. He's been so good. Even vintage Foxy9 Haven was his
was the agent com, bro?
Especially because there's a Sky on the other side of things. It's going to be a little bit harder to break his trips. He could have some cheeky little setups here for Varel.
That's true.
You guys are sounding really confident for Varel, but I think
beginners कर लिए
still gonna vote of confidence.
अरे beginner थोड़ी हूँ मेरे भाई
They had a little bit of an upset
मैंने
there.
बहुत anime देखे मेरी annualist दिखाऊंगा तुमको
do it again. As we send
Updated
it
नहीं
back
होगी
to our casters, we got Quack and Jordan, and you guys could
Annualist.
clarify the father-son role. That'd be great.
Jordan's my dad. I'm the dad, apparently. I don't know. I mean, it's like an illegitimate child. I didn't choose this. I didn't want this. It just kind of happened. Well, but anyway, we've got to make it happen. We've got to make it work. And I think that's what Varel and DFM are saying. Final map in this series.
They've sent you a password
on the line. Varel could be up 3-0 after this. And unfortunately for DFM, they could potentially also be 0-3, although those numbers could flip back around a little bit as well. DFM looking to find their first win of Stage 2.
Exactly as Pilski said as well. I mean, the onus is on DFM if they want to walk away with this in a 1-2 overall in the group stage. They need this win.
Alright, bro.
Like
we got Jet,
no
Neon,
instead, I'm kind of
Phoenix Neon.
how they're going to be working against potential trips and
Similar
everything.
comp. Bro,
So,
DFM actually बहुत cursed comp ली है.
At least on the defensive side, but
ये नहीं ये वाला
Zhao can
comp
always
खेलती
pick
है
up the
वैसे
pace
teams.
as well. Just that game against T1, this is where, I mean, they're starting to do so much. Sexy feeling incredibly confident as well from that past map, but May spots up first head.
Hey,
Good trade, good trade, good trade.
So good coverage from Klaus, who received
ओए
quite a bit of attention there
इनमें
on the
कितने
death
लोग
segment.
duelist खेलते हैं भाई?
For good reason, I feel his addition
Proxy
to
भी duelist खेल
this
सकता
team
है.
has typically been a solid one.
और ये MLP Vice और Phoenix खेल रहा है भाई. Asuna roll.
Roaring through for Varel as they decide where
Neo
they
Sheriff
want
or
to go.
Singularity,
Looks
Sheriff
towards
wish
the
to
A side,
buy.
short and long.
Personally,
Both
I
open
like
for them at the
Singularity,
moment.
but Neo is also good, bhai. You get like two different variants.
So, like you said, I
मतलब
mean,
two different types of sheriff.
having some
समझ
of
रहे
these
हो? एक
options,
पूरी
but
revolver
also
मिल
trying to
जाती है
keep their
और एक मिल
positions
जाती है आपके
concealed
पास
so as to
मोटी वाली.
explode onto site, making full use
Honestly,
of
up
their
to you,
utility
bro.
rather than
I
using
love
them to
Singularity,
clear
though.
forward positions.
बरसों देखो
that sort of
बरसों
slow
देखनी
creep,
यार.
maybe you face
हाँ
check
मेरे को
into
लगता है ना मेरे को
garage,
चालू
which
क्या
is
करना चाहिए पता है?
always a little worrisome. Oh no, they're trying to sell a bit of a fake to B first.
हाजिमी नोइपो चालू करनी चाहिए मेरे को.
And now contact into C.
It seems to have worked out pretty nicely. Akame can't win this duel, and Cess is there a little bit too little too late. Out in no man's land until that smoke does come down and obscures his vision and position. Plant will
Nice
be
shot,
confirmed,
Yatsuka.
but
Beautiful one.
Yatsuka seems
Shot,
to be
Yatsuka.
a miracle worker on low HP.
shot,
I don't know
Yatsuka.
how he keeps
Oh,
doing
shot,
it. A 4K
Yatsuka.
again.
Beautiful,
Yatsuka out
yaar.
of nowhere. It's just this low HP wonder kid. Oh my god. 40 HP this time, so it wasn't quite, you know, the 3 or 4 HP that he had in that
round
set
निकाल
round,
के
but
देता है
that
यार.
round just, you know, it probably should have gone the way of Varel based on the setup that they had.
This is so good though. Oh, I think he dropped his crown. Let me pick it up.
वाह मैं बीच में मैं Sakamoto
so
Days
good.
देख रहा था. फिर मैंने One Punch Man देखी.
I mean,
उसके
initial
पहले मैंने
contact,
Vinland Saga
the
देखी
flashes
थी.
being sent
पूरी complete करी
across
थी.
back and forth.
और Vinland Saga
he
was
kind of
actually so
Predicts or
goated.
anticipates where
कि मैंने
LP
एक
would
दिन
be
के अंदर ही
positioned, and
एक season
of
complete
course has
किया
a bit
था.
of assistance from his team as well, getting his opponents down to low
मतलब
HP.
एक
But
go में.
this
Heavy binge watching.
is
रुक ही नहीं पा रहा था
a
मैं.
resurgence of confidence for the team as well. Now they've got the pistol.
Got an investment here from
Oh,
Varel
that's
though.
it.
Bucky for Zexy.
I know.
Just
I
to
remember
see
कि मैंने
what he's gonna
चालू
get
की.
up to with that.
बंद कर दी.
Just to burst into garage.
यात्सुका बचा रहा है हाँ DFM की.
Oh.
ले गया और नहीं लिया.
There's a trip spotted out. Kaide
ओए Zexy ने
taking
बकी बाय
advantage of
करी.
it, gets the better of Zuna. So far, no real success for Varel. They take a bit of space, and this will be where Zexy looks to activate.
Shot.
Kaide has that one on lock. Nice sharp shot in from Klaus.
Klaus.
Overall, though, TFM will be pretty happy with how this is proceeding so far, and May setting up for an aggressive fight if he wants to. Ends up actually eating a bullet to the head.
Imagine Foxy 9 wins this. I never mind.
Foxy 9.
It's
seems to get
winnable
a
for
little
Foxy
bit more
9,
damage
babe.
out here. Has an
Winnable
upgrade
for
now.
Foxy 9.
Headshot would be nice. There
Shot.
it is.
Oh no.
How much more can he do? 40 seconds on the clock here. Foxy 9, he's been a bit of a miracle.
Oh,
Whoa,
NTB!
but this time, Akame
निकाल
says
दिया
no.
था.
2-0. TFM do convert, but it is a pretty costly conversion.
Yeah. 3 players lost. At least they'll be able to pick the rifles back up, but maybe a little bit more tentative on the
Yes, Resvan by qualify हो गई.
May could buy up, maybe Kaide as well. However, either way, I
The
kind
very
of
recent
like what I'm seeing
चीज
from
जो देखी
DFM.
थी
On
मैंने
their
anime में
defense,
वो
they get a
was
bit
a
more
movie 100
proactive,
meters.
especially on a map like Haven.
Goated movie है भाई.
It's so
Actually
much
goated movie.
information.
बहुत deep है वो movie पता है?
And
बहुत
the way
deep
that they can
मतलब
hold around the smokes off of that, but
heavy सोच में पड़ जाओगे तुम.
like what we witnessed,
Shit.
it's gonna be working out the back foot on this round, but yeah, it's
Oh, Yatsuka slipped
Zexy's
in.
already crept past.
Ah,
Just
Zexy
got no idea.
averta.
That's an awkward case of timing. Now a fight down the bottom of C-Long as well, going to go the way of Varel, and this round kind of just falling apart a little bit for DFM. You can get the sense as to why they're playing this way. They don't have the weaponry. They want to try to force the issue a little bit, cause a little bit of chaos. But Varel are too good to fall into that trap. So they take the C site, they get the plant down here as well, and this one should be the first round on the board for Varel in map 3. Get underway nice and early.
Oh yeah. The Varel thrives in
Okicici
these
in one.
situations too. If they know you're going to be peeking out somewhere, they can go for the fight. They will. Klaus.
Everything's gone the way of Varel in this round. Sometimes that's just how it is.
And they can work off of this too. I mean, LP run it back for the next round. I know there are going to be some nerfs coming in pretty soon for the Phoenix ult, but right now, still pretty clean. And at the same time, I mean, it's just something that DFM is going to have to consider as well. They have to watch out for, because they do want to get proactive. They can't do it too carelessly. And at the same time, I just need to point out,
कितना सब कुछ है यार.
I have him on my build div, I believe. Kaide has not been able to get the better of his 1v1 opponents in some of these duels. I mean, for this one, yeah, but Ascent was one of those too where he
इसमें तीन अलग-अलग कैरेक्टर हो जाते हैं लास्ट में, तो तीनों की अलग-अलग चीजें रहती है यार.
That's maybe some might say.
एक वो चैंपियन रहता है जो हार जाता है तो बुड्ढा जीत जाता है.
We're just gonna keep going.
फिर वो एक अपना रेसर रहता है जो रियल रेसर, और फिर जो रेसर जिसको सिखाया होता है वो fuck भाई. That shit was like deep shit, bro.
In the direction of A, but we'll see how May goes as we listen in to DFM.
Oh. Sakario मतलब retake खेलेंगे. I'm falling back.
그래 이는데 이까이 서치 돌아. 아요. 네. 파라使ってたよ.
우리 파라를. 저도 먹고 있을게요. 파라
히다리 나갔다요.
사이트 파라 가마이.
우리 매치 끌이 놓은 거.
अरे Foxy.
Oh, Zuna needs this kill. Yatsuka, can you be a miracle worker once again? This time, not able to get past. Zuna for the double, in fact, and Varel are starting to take control of this round. DFM
बिना Foxy के भी मार सकते हैं लोग. Hi Sagne भाई, how are you? बुढ़े ने लगे बड़े के. स्पाइडरमैन देखे नहीं मेरे भाई.
Varel
देखते हैं जाऊंगा
to
यार.
work their way into the map.
मैं उतना कुछ hyped नहीं हूँ.
Really decisively too. I mean, might as well, right? Expending the run it back to get into sight, but then having the sensibility to still mark the flank. Especially because that trip was broken. But I'm scratching my head, like, the position seemed okay.
Good start.
Sure, with the op loss, the stun,
Good start
and everything,
for Varel.
but
Abhi
where is the follow-up? Why was Kaide that far off away? Maybe he was trying to mark LP, but
Yatsuka बहुत जल्दी गया.
surely you would have wanted to double up against a singular opponent instead.
अगर उधर ही बराबर ट्रेड हो जाता ना.
1v1's not there for DFM. Working out incredibly well for Varel too, even though Foxy9 did kind of lose his head, peeking over in towards defender's spawn.
Klurge में baddies के साथ जाते हैं, movie कौन सा matter नहीं करता.
DFM onto the half buy.
जैसे कि Sagne.
See how much value exactly this op's going to bring.
Foxy9 getting a little bit of info there. A nice and easy kill onto Yatsuka. He's going to pop the neural theft here as well to inform the attack here from Varel. They see there's nobody on the C site, and so they just go waltzing all the way up long. Take the site nice and easy.
भाई ये भी मेरे को लगता है attack side Varel बहुत अच्छा निकाल के चले जाएगी.
To try and build that, run it back up, which was burnt in the previous round.
Spike planted.
It's a good setup here for Varel. I don't know if DFM are going to enjoy trying to retake this, particularly with Kaide going down like that. I mean, how do you break this crossfire? There's just no util to get you back into this round. Varel will, I think, just force the save out of DFM.
They have to die though. I mean, at least Akami and Cess do. So, hoping for some exits, if not to die to the spike. But you can also kind of already tell what Varel's post-plant protocols would be. And it makes you then question, how DFM might take a crack at that puzzle. Do you need perhaps a player to go all the way towards the back of C-Long instead of
never mind.
around Garage? Akami at least does. a bit of damage.
ठीक है मरा ना वो मरा उसको और मिला.
Consequential too, at least until he actually does get his seekers. Either way though, I mean this is perfect, right? Like you said, just having one player, especially when they have to spike down on C, off angle towards the back of Plat, you have the Phoenix ready for a flash in case of contact or fast floods out from spawn. Other players in other positions as well, maybe one towards the back of C long too, and that's just like multiple layers working out incredibly well for Varel if they actually get into the site. At the same time, then DFM are still holding on to this op, and it's just not finding too much value yet. Now Varel are picking up pace over onto A site.
Yep.
It's notoriously difficult to retake here.
Oh, it's not actually going to be the site take from Varel, just going to set Klaus up forward.
First A shot मिल गया Varel को.
The rest of Varel to put a bit of work in on B. Smoke on the left side, plays wall on the right side.
Spike गिर गया side
पे. Goes waltzing into his death. Yatsuka, another one as well. This round is really a bit of a nothing round for Varel.
Why?
Through caution to the wind.
3v5.
Just a bad read, I would guess.
But now you just gave one round up to DFM.
Well, Klaus is going to try and see if he can put in some work over on the A side, but Kaide is waiting for him.
Klaus घुस गया था पर Kaide aware था बे.
Bit of a strange round for Varel.
Why? We need TK9 intervention.
क्या हुआ?
On the next round. Oh my god. One wall's not enough.
देखा मैंने अमेरिका का सीन.
site. LP, come on.
मेरे को देखना है बस कोच साहब का लफड़ा. मैंने वो मिस किया.
Well, it's a free one for DFM either
बस
way.
कोच साहब का लफड़ा देखना है मेरे को.
Foxy Knight's still gonna give it a go.
Imagine.
Hunter's
Foxy अरे यात्सुका मर गया मेरे भाई लोग. Graphic update.
Not impossible, but you're going to need Foxy 9 to step up, and he doesn't do it this time. If he would have found a couple of kills there, maybe I thought to get it done. But here, this is a bit of a task, and walks right into the op of May. So, as we expected, that will be a third for DFM. Varel might have some explaining to do, but they do have money to buy back in. So they can brush that off and say, well, it was a bit of a mishap, but let's run it back and see how things go.
Like, it's not even too much in terms of conditioning, but either way, whatever. At least now, perhaps DFM is going to have to try out different positions, but the op still going to be able to lock off so many positions. But in the round, at least you can tell,
nice shape,
no real Cypher presence over on towards B site initially. And perhaps Varel could use that to kind of formulate something for the next round. A complete head scratcher. But either way now, DFM very aggressively taking space down C. Immediately locks off a line.
DFM का D1 के against match होगा.
Honestly, been bullied several times in this spot now, so he's playing incredibly safe.
और वो तो Dens भाई देखेंगे ना.
The rest of the team just dipping their toes over onto A.
W.
Maze
big game
there, though.
Ball up halfway down long to just try and get a little bit more space. Thrown over the top of it. The explode isn't really there though for Varel. They're happy with just the space that they've got. Meanwhile, by the way, Foxy 9 into Garage has taken quite a lot of territory. This could really get interesting now depending on where Foxy 9 goes and what he decides to do.
Just to hold the position, team to overwhelm
Yatsuka. Big position, never mind, bro.
Surely can't get away with much this time. He does actually do a lot of damage, but Foxy 9 should have that rotation on lock. And so Varel successful in this round so far.
Good trap, भाई. City out.
Plant will go down.
Never mind, उसको trap दिख जाएगा.
He's going to break the trip, but this is not looking fun.
Ult commit किया MLP.
Again, flash around the corner for LP. Lands perfectly. It was a wayward spray, but Kame could see absolutely nothing. And so back does get one.
We are 13-6. May को भाग जाना पड़ेगा भाई. May भाई का एक ना तो कहीं अच्छा positioning हो रहा है, ना तो उसका नसीब चल रहा है.
Fantastic.
May भाई ने एक shot चिपकाया है बस.
As soon as they heard the op warning shot fired off over by A, get that pivot over. And Foxy 9
90 point और रहते शागने भाई.
Just feels as though DFM leave some gaps open around the map, and Varel have indeed identified it. Suna.
देख लिया.
You seen him?
No. Gives up the one tap. Kaide is happy with it.
I suppose you would be. 4-3 though.
शागने भाई. मैं
4 of the last 5
almost
rounds as well.
हर दूसरे गेम 40 मार रहा हूँ.
You know, the scoreline looks
35, 40, 35, 40, 30, 30, 30.
For DFM, this is
average के लिए 25 हो गई है.
half so far. need to be seeing some gun rounds
तो
come
मैं
out
बोला
pretty soon.
कि मैं forever ascendant रहूं भाई अगर ऐसे kills आएंगे तो.
Bring out ahead.
Yes, they always do have that option. All right, there we go. Now you see the trips set up over on towards Garage, because that was the gap. May holding up by Sewer A short instead. Doesn't see anything though, so as DFM, you would think your opponent's probably a little bit closer out towards the C portion of the map. No real cage or anything invested over by Lobby as well, and they have to be ready.
Zexy not having a fun time trying to work into the C side.
Seska bada position, gets one.
In the end.
Nice.
Can't get past the headshot of
बढ़िया
Cess.
crossfire भी
this
था.
time
और
DFM will
चार
hold
लोग
strong.
rotate कर गए थे यार.
Oh, hasn't
Oh,
split the
Foxy
gap this
didn't.
time, although it does a lot of damage to Akame. So maybe still
अब वो लोग C छोड़ दिए.
kind of advantage gained.
They
off
can
of that
re-hit C
lurk.
from garage.
As
Shot!
well, waiting so
Beautiful
patiently.
shooting, Foxy.
Back onto the 4-on-4. Kaide's
Le
position.
shot!
Locked
Akela
in on
Cess
by
is side
Klaus,
पे.
and once again the C side is under pressure. Cess will get a smoke down. Back in that site though, has to give away his position with that shot, and there is the entries again for Varel.
chances
They are
मिले थे.
just bullying this C site time and time again.
Yo, C-Site, give me your lunch money. I'm gonna shove you into a locker. No, I'm watching way too many movies.
I liked it.
You deserve it. Why smoking
That is crazy.
मेरी
Look
गलती नहीं है
how
actually.
He actually clears the
गलती
angle
राइट
too.
की
He
है
jumps
कि
and
वो मेरे खराब
airstrips a
टीममेट्स
little
देते हैं
bit,
ताकि मैं हार जाऊं और यहीं अटके रहूं.
and the whole team's there for the trade.
Just
And that's
not my fault,
exactly
bro.
how
4K
Farrell
भी
have been, well,
2K
barreling
280.
into
कौन सा value
multiple
for money है?
sites
2K OLED
all
280 यार.
across this map.
भाई
Foxy Nine's just
quality
so quick
और the
to,
value जो OLED provide करता है
put
ना
themselves,
मजाक
put
से
himself into
हटके
pivot positions
एक
where
बार
he
तुम
can cut
OLED की
opponents
स्क्रीन
off with a
देख लो
rotate
फिर
too.
उसके बाद तुम कोई
And
भी
it just
मॉनिटर में देखोगे
continues
ना
to just
तुमको लगेगा
buys
छी
TFM's attention away from the actual hit that's unfolding onto C. Even as Kaide tries to peek back out, he cannot do much. He can't even find a singular frag. And it's another round where we see May off to a save. I kind of almost want to see May get mobile on a rifle or something, but
yeah, it must be getting frustrating, right? If you're DFM having to constantly save these guns and think, okay, well, we'll get him in the next round, and we'll get him in the next, we'll get him in the next round, and then the next round never really comes, and it feels as though the deeper we go into this map, the more comfortable, the more clean this is looking for Varel.
yeah.
DFM need an adjustment, they need a change up, they need something. They need a hero. Yeah, they need May maybe with that op to get aggressive early on in these rounds, but he just can't. There's a molly at his feet, there's a dart there as well.
ये बारी मे भाई की ऑप लगी है बराबर जगह.
On the line that he wanted.
And he's still going to keep this position because he thinks they might be aggressing back in, but
I mean, it is at least some forward space that's getting you some early information.
look at B and C. Okay.
Once again though,
reflect
pressure
by.
is over towards C. May missing the shot, it just goes from bad to worse. You've held that up, you've saved that up for 3 rounds in a row, and that's the result.
And because May's down now, they know the A side is weaker. Varel are looking to pounce.
Kame needs to be the difference maker and is sharp as ever. So that does send a bit of a mental note to Varel that maybe the A side isn't going to be quite so easy to overwhelm.
Oh, Yatska. Okay. Sending his own lurk. He's behind Foxy 9.
Should be getting traded. Worst case scenario, doesn't even get Foxy 9. So Yatsuka unlucky. Smoke's gone down in garage. Kaede and Cess, they just try to make a risky play through it, and it kind of works 1 for 1. It's really not what they needed, but they at least have some space paranoia there to try and slow the plant down, but Akame spotted out by LP. And Cess, again, is going to go and try and save the op.
Akame walked through the smoke dry, though.
I mean, you're out of options at this point for DFM. Nothing is working. You're just trying to take a risk and hope for the best.
Exactly.
Varel seemed to be a little bit too switched on at the moment.
They're still giving up again. It's diminishing returns.
Well, who knows? Maybe May will make something happen with it in the next round, but it has been pretty rough going for DFM. And that is also assuming it ends up getting saved. This shot will connect, so
all right,
looks good.
Just to try to hold on to it, but otherwise Varel again just masterfully picking apart this map. They've had so many options to try and feign bits of presence over by A lobby. Off gets saved, thankfully. But this time also leaving players on certain lurk positions. Yatsuka tries to be the hero, gets shut down. Akame only able to come in with one bit of individual effort.
Hydroflick Gaming 6 बजे आने वाले हैं यार.
Down to the 2v3, still a little bit too much to do.
Would rather have 180 Hz OLED than 360 IPS not gonna lie. Exactly.
Every time you see your opponents, you know, create a bit of presence onto a singular spot, you rotate over, but then the hit actually goes off elsewhere. And you're just in this constant game of catch-up.
pro player नहीं बनना है ना.
Good, it doesn't work.
There's absolutely
the next
no
round
need
even, they're going to be broke, Jordan.
for anyone.
I fear for this team because it actually
buy
looks
anything
like they might go down
more than 240 Hz.
Shout out to Misa or
थोड़े बाहर है वो.
I think she was either hosting or the translator back in Japan last year when we were in Tokyo. But I don't know how she's feeling watching DFM perform like this.
I mean, in a roundabout way, Varel is a Japanese org, right? So, you know, it's kind of a win either way.
I guess. The DFM were the
yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, look, it's tough going at the moment for DFM. They, again, save that op, and let's see what May can do. It's been tossed on over. You are basically a hero op. You have to be the guy in this round.
He's got blades too.
Maybe an aggressive fight outside of Garage potentially for both Yatsuka and May. Put those two duelists together, they're going to swing. See how it goes. May through the cage. Finally something that goes right, and then it goes wrong. Zexy for the double. Knew what the mission was, and then gets the entry onto sets as well. I mean, credit for the effort for DFM, but it's just nothing flash, bhai saab.
They used up all their mana.
दो util में पूरा round खत्म.
Yeah, it seems so.
Oh, that's so clear.
Any new game today?
Perfect relay bolts.
कोई है नहीं यार.
Hit by paranoia. It doesn't matter.
There's a shot Akame.
Heads up,
he's on for his ace, bro. Let him get his ace.
What are you gonna do? Oh, he picks up the op. He picks up the op. It's cursed.
हंस रहा देखो उसको मुंह पे देखो हंस रहा है.
We will get to have an op every
FS देखो क्या नहीं मेरे भाई.
But it literally basically does nothing.
Yeah. Well, I got one kill through the cage.
FS वाला बहुत one-sided game है. Actually, ये भी एक one-sided game था, but I was
Thanks for reminding me.
expecting a banger from DFM, जो कि पहला मैच देखने को मिला थोड़ा सा.
Every single opening pick kind of resulted in a round win. Oh! And finally it's gone. Finally the op is done. Zexy gets the ace as well to finish that round off, just to add the cherry on top for Varel. But May immediately buys the op again.
एक से 6 kill पे आ गया.
But at least it's a different one.
Okay, okay.
Maybe this one's not cursed.
Oh, no kidding, Jordan. Well, let's take a look at how this is done. At the Hunter's free for support too. And that's just how many layers Varel has in some of these rounds on top of DFM. DFM have been just trying to
imagine वो shot चिपका था.
Offline held once more, but another bit of utility to feign presence. Akame tries to clear it out, but it's just not enough. You're still not sure if someone might have gone into that little corner on Cubby. And that smoke doesn't do you any favors either. Meanwhile, Varel are just fishing around, hoping that someone could peek out around B or Garage even, but oh no, DFM, they're worried. Kai's starting to rotate over, and once more, B and C are left weakened because of this.
You know what, ironically, this feels like probably the best start to a round in a little while for DFM. Which
no early casualties.
It's not saying much, but, you know, they've got the 5 alive, and they've got a bit of space here for May as well.
Okay, 40 seconds. I feel like DFM, I mean, Varel are just going to...
Hit C again?
Yeah, group up.
To see or not to see?
Atsuka अकेला है. Who's he going to fight that? नहीं, चार लोग हैं.
We'll see another hit towards the C site here as Varel.
Okay.
Bam.
To Zexy. Atsuka with the help of the trip there. Able to open it up. Still going to be a plant in.
Suspect उसको.
Carriage control somewhat lost, although Foxy9 aware that the drop has come through there from Yatsika, is going to stick around for the fight. Somewhat got some backup. Trade on through from Klaus in the end will be enough for the 1-for-1. That's scary for LP. Zuna was trying to swing and help out as well, but the shots just not connecting enough here for Varel. They need to turn it on, and they do. LP gets a flash out as well. That'll slow things down a little bit. He's run out of bullets and run out of chances, and finally DFM have a successful round. A fourth in the
अमेरिका कब से
half.
स्टार्ट करोगे? अमेरिका के लास्ट गेम से
Get
देखेंगे
to a
दोस्त।
fifth. Maybe there's a
और बीच में
conversation
जो
to be
अच्छा
had.
बैंगर गेम है G2 वर्सेस सेन वाला वो देखेंगे।
Round two.
Bang.
Okay.
So on.
Really close effort by LP. Incredible. But this time around, the setups actually worked out in favor for DFM.
फॉक्सी को नहीं मरना चाहिए था। फॉक्सी खराब स्विंग लिया।
Position, kill trips as well.
दो शॉट्स अच्छे थे हाँ।
C-side perhaps not quite the option that they want to work off of any longer, but it's just a layer of flashes as well. I mean, they didn't really, DFM didn't really spend too much in the early portions of the round. Not even a relay bolt. Oh god. Okay, may op B. Varel just completely avoid it. Straight on into A. And if you're DFM, you're still thinking like, well, we've seen them feign presence towards this site in multiple rounds now. Are they actually hitting it or not? Spots out one player.
LP की Phoenix ult बहुत बड़ी रहने वाली है ये round.
Good job of clearing out short as much as possible.
C-side दो traps से इस पे छोड़ दिए.
Taken by Foxy9, who's just happy to sit on this line for the moment. A little bit of a fake in towards B. You've got to run it back from LP. He's trying to find an entry somewhere. There's just Util getting dumped in his face, but it has put a big rotate in the direction of B. And this is when Varel ideally should be hitting A. They might be
smoke नहीं, good flash.
too slow, but still entries will be enough, and that is what they're getting so far. Made down as well, and yes, Varel got there in time. 3 on 2, Cess from long might have something to say about it. It's found that 2K. LP's got the spike, and he's actually just going to chance the plant on A, which is a bold move instead of running over to B, running over to C. He is happy to take the fight to Cess, it would seem.
Good reposition.
Knows he has to come from long, at least on this timing. Elsewise short, that's also covered. And so LP just needs to hit this shot, which he will. Varel goes to 8.
What a round by Zuna 4 मारा.
DFM minor success in this first half, but you have to say this is Varel's map to lose.
4Ks, ace वाले plays.
For sure. But
वो stun किसका था?
Like that's gonna be happening either. I mean, just so clean with how
Holy
multiple of these fights and trades go through. As you call it, all the fakes, every single bit of conditioning from the previous rounds, working off the medium to slow pace that has been unfolding all throughout the map. And as you go then over onto the second half, like Varel are feeling confident. These guys, players like Foxy9, will be emboldened to play more sneaky positions. Klaus is the first half MVP.
Yeah, I mean, he's been quietly putting together a pretty good series, even though he didn't play that opening map. There's a lot of good reasons why you'd want to have him in the lineup permanently.
Probably.
That's dramatic.
या थोड़े टाइम बाद करूँगा.
DFM fans are rioting.
But yeah, I mean, how else would you feel? We'll see what the attacking side works out for the team.
मैं maybe अभी ये वाले stream के बाद एक और अलग stream चालू करूँ. उसमें अपन करेंगे.
Ride this wave, ride this momentum, possibly over into a 3-0 result at the end of groups from this match.
Well, pistol round going to be all important once again for DFM. Said the same thing in the second half of Ascent. It didn't obviously go their way. See what they can do in the second half of Haven as they roll out on this attack, already having been spotted out by Zuna.
They have to watch out for trips, DFM.
Indeed. Zuna not going to have any trips to help him out here on short, and he also doesn't have any teammates, so needs to get this done himself, having now been spotted out as well. Relay bolt will connect, easy for Yatsika on the entry. Trips coming into play now, but a little bit too little too late.
And that's it.
4-on-3 retake on the A side seems like a pretty doomed prospect.
Spike planted.
Yeah, no one in position to capitalize off of it, unfortunately. Still, at least there are flashes available for Varel to gain some space.
4-on-5, I should say, of course, as DFM have yet to lose a player. So he's going to go down, perfectly timed, and Zexy goes sliding straight into the crosshair of May. The refrags are not there. Akame,
flash once again.
DFM, keep it interesting.
That's pretty neat. Progression smoke, and DFM set up their own smokes. They play inside of it, so that completely nullifies whatever flash you might try to send through. Even as Zexy tries to create a bit of space as well. I mean, even with the Omen Paranoia, that's just nearsighted, so still clean enough. This is now both pistols for DFM. They have to at least put up a bit of a fight on their attacking side.
Pistol to सारे निकाल लिए हैं.
Zexy once again going to invest a little bit.
Okay.
Orb's going to be collected by LP as well, so it's not as if Varel are getting nothing out of this round. And a cheeky setup again on short. We've seen that kind of setup work before. If DFM were to make the wrong choice to go in that direction.
Foxy9 Bandit in garage.
अगर garage push किए.
Hearing a few steps there.
I must wait a moment.
DFM playing safe as well though, so could just here. Oh, hang on.
Well, it's all on the shoulders of Foxy9 here, and that is not a favorable duel to be taking. Swung by multiple. DFM into C. Will get themselves a nice easy plant, and more than likely a nice easy round here as well.
Yeah, that's okay.
Business as usual in the second half.
Not seeing too much in terms of retakes from Varel just yet.
Cover going out.
And again, they are working off of double duelist, so
Shot me.
still a bit painful for now. They get held off around the choke point again. Some inconsequential kills. We'll see if Zunar or Klaus can fish up a bit more and get more points towards their ultimates, which could be neat, but none for Zuna.
पर बाय राउंड में निकाल ले गया Varel.
Eventually fall around by Garage.
Kame wanted the knife. Not going to get it this time, but does get the 6th round there for DFM, which is big news because this game is a bit of a contest once again. Could have been blown out to something like a 10-4. We'd be saying, well, this is pretty over. But leaning a little bit more in the direction of what we saw on map 1. DFM can get it together on this defense, then it's still going to be a winnable series for them.
He is 7 points.
It wasn't the knife that he wanted, it was the ult that he wanted, I guess.
7 points. Uh-oh. And we start off with LP onto the Odin. Big spam, May low HP, or at least medium. Akame should be able to heal him up though, but close enough. They're going to leave him on an insert. What's the play here? DFM maybe trying to poke a little bit, bait some kind of a reaction out over on A. May peeks off of it. Varel playing it safe as well, though. Early presence, but not much else across the map, so they're happy to sit still on A.
Patience is a virtue.
Carriage info.
That's what we're going to need in this round.
Bonus conversion बहुत important है.
Klaus was spotted out there by the dog.
I have 4 rifles.
Still hovering around.
Hey, MLP के पास Odin है.
Yeah, they
He's
could
playing
just actually
A.
group back up and take a gamble against Klaus, but
it seems that might be the case. I mean, this is going to start to become a bit of an awkwardly timed round if things don't go well from here.
30 seconds.
For DFM.
Okay, fast
They have
garage.
an open C site. Klaus happy to play for the retake.
Klaus भाई को
look at
CT
how
smoke में
healthy all the
खेलना
Varel
चाहिए ना.
players are as opposed to DFM, who are spending bits of utility just to break into the site too.
Yeah,
Good flood in, good flood
a
in.
retake out in front of that plan. It does eventually go down, but Varel already swarming onto the site, and so DFM don't have time to really calibrate themselves in the post plan at all before it even starts. It's an easy one for Varel. Granted, bonus round there for DFM, but Varel looking pretty good.
Yeah,
प्लांट
much
स्टिक
more
किया
of
उतने
a
में घुस गए.
solid retake.
LP के पास अभी भी Odin है,
Just
एक
trying
पे
to work
ult
the
है.
map, reading, you know, what
Foxy?
DFM try to set up. Because they only saw, you know, a Cypher or maybe some Sky utility.
Holy shit, Foxy.
It's not enough. It's not where the hit's most likely to go. But as soon as they spot out Mage trying to cross, like they're just so quick to rotate on over. Varel is so prepared for all of these potential hits that DFM are trying to send in, but we'll see if a potential rush breaks that cycle and have a listen in onto Varel and see what they can put together.
okicici. 쪽 카메라 보는 괜찮아?
지하나 빠지는 발.
वहाँ पे कैमरा तोड़ दिया क्या?
그래서 빠지는 발 같긴 해. 일로 이렇게 빠졌어 방금.
오케이.
반드. 걔 빠진다. 네온도? 네온 믿음가 저거?
Just not really seeing
이러고
anything.
이제 스모크 안 돼.
Shit.
점.
गलत टीम का कॉम्स गलत टीम को इस पे बोल रहा था.
Approach from DFM and just communicating all the little bits and pieces that they see, but there's really not too much to work off of, which means Suna alone onto A. Well, he's going to find some contact off of the drone that hopefully should be enough. No!
Doesn't see anything.
DFM hides away.
Yeah, you've...
that's
actually baited Suna to start walking his way down long. I was going to say it's starting to get reinforced by Foxy9. You'd still have two players here, but not the case anymore. That's a double kill. How's he got that? Foxy9, no! This guy's insane! Oh, he could have got 4-2. Still, DFM finding their way into the site. Seeker's gone hunting there as well. It's all over the place. Zexy up into heaven nice and quickly.
Good flash.
The exit here if he decides to, but Kaide was watching for it. And Zexy went a little bit too soon, so now it's all on the shoulders of Klaus. He'll be aware that there is one player underneath heaven, but he's got no idea where Klaus is. Now the info given, but the shot is connected, and despite some heroics from Foxy9, Varel will not get through that round.
Might have had the stats, but not quite the dog in him. Klaus not quite able to clutch it out, despite recognizing positions. Foxy9 though. My word. But it all comes down at the hands to Kaide, who is just like hiding right underneath inside of hell. How does Sexy anticipate or clear that out? I mean, he must be thinking that there are more players positioned commonly towards Graffiti instead, but does bite him in the back, and now you go with another buy.
I think he just felt he had a timing there that he could try and catch Cess.
कितना बचाएगा बे
Better off waiting for Klaus, but it's easy to say that in hindsight. Now Klaus will have a bit of work to do over towards B, and it's a full hit from DFM as they go charging in. They toss all that util up just to cause a bit of chaos. Cess gets Foxy9, and there's nowhere for Klaus to hide.
Never mind, chat. ये comeback हो सकता है बे.
DFM coming back in the second half.
I don't disagree. This is actually, I think, the best opportune moment for DFM to come in with a strat like this as well. I mean, a set play like this, actually. In so many of their rounds, even on defense, DFM starts off a little bit more slow. They want to leave themselves options to mid-round with. But it's a swing round now. Varel are going to either be broke or, you know, if they take the round, you know, flush with cash. But otherwise, DFM just suddenly pick up the pace, and once in a blue moon, it's a quick rush into B. Varel just don't expect that at all. The first time in this half where DFM has come in with their own set play rush. Instantly, 2 players down, you're forced to save. Varel are going to be, I guess, going into the next round with a half buy, and it's the perfect chance for DFM to tie up the score.
It feels like they're going to do it as well, doesn't it? DFM are on the warpath.
Truthfully, though, not... Oh, yes, hydration break. Not impossible for Varel to come back in off of their own weapons as well. I mean, 3 weapons secured over for the next round. They have some big ultimates. LP onto the run it back is always going to be huge.
Varel going to recognize that the clock is ticking if things are maintained in the current trajectory. Varel is going to end up losing this map, actually, even despite the fact that they're up 9-8, 5 rounds into the half. We've only seen 1 for Varel, and it was the anti-bonus. So you'd think that that is, you know, a bit more of a straightforward round for Varel to win than your standard gun rounds. It got them thinking, got them a bit concerned. Foxy9 again has kind of been the standout, and
G का next
got a
game
big
कब है
job to
कल?
do on a map like Haven. You often see that Cypher having to really be a pivotal piece of the puzzle, but if it's not
कल
backfilled
तो
by the rest of
बहुत
the
ही
team,
बड़ा गेम है यार chat.
maybe there's not going to be enough there for Varel.
कल सिर्फ गेम नहीं है भाई.
See a little bit more from
कल we have
Vexy.
a big game,
He's
bro.
still decent so far, but
Like if you win that
again,
game,
at least
you qualify straight up to playoffs.
some of these early
Top
portions of
seed.
the rounds.
नहीं 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 नहीं. Top seed तो नहीं यार.
Getting the read against DFM as
Top
well.
seed
The same could be said for DFM.
Still Genji रहेगी बे.
That's always going to be the tricky thing about playing on Haven. Oh,
No, Genji
DFM
कैसे
off the
रहेगी
timeout.
top
They're
seed?
rushing
ये
into
तो
C.
one
Yeah,
रहेगी.
Foxy9 can't see
4-1,
anything.
4-1.
That flash did
Map
connect, so
difference,
has to
yep,
pop
top seed हो
the
सकते हैं.
cage and back it up. Zexy's
Foxy
there as
still
well.
बड़ा
Like you
position
say,
खेल रहा है
there's
यार.
numbers here for Varel, but they're not
Oh,
winning the
you're
fight.
not
May
dead,
with
boy.
two
इतने
off the
time
Blaze
तक.
Storm. Does get shot in the face through the smoke rather unceremoniously, but in the end, LP only able to get one with that run it back, and that is not enough to hold the site by any stretch of the imagination. DFM beating Varel with pace, and they are going to go tonight. There's no
9-9, bro.
doubt in my mind.
They'll have to save.
Not gonna lie, they kind of beat Varel at their own game.
G2 सेन कब है? G2 सेन अगले 2 दिन में.
Just gonna stay.
कल यार तो चैम्प्स को टाटा
enough.
बहुत टफ हो जाएगा यार चैम्प्स फिर.
I
Not
mean, we all
टाटा.
saw that.
टॉप 2
At
रहने
the
का भी
start,
चांसेस है फिर भी.
was in
फिर भी
position
टॉप
with
2 भी
Judge
पॉसिबल है, समझ
Vexy.
रहे हो?
There was even a flash coming out from Klaus, but
मैप डिफरेंस
despite
अच्छा ही
getting
है.
stunned and hit up, you know, because DFM pulls off, you know,
नंबर 1 पे खत्म करना ना भाई.
well, most
एक
surprising of
बहुत
rushes, I suppose.
बड़ी
Earlier
ये
on was B, this time it was C.
एडवांटेज है.
Despite being stunned, despite being flashed or blinded,
Head-to-head
they were
matchup.
still able to group up together as either a trio or having multiple other players around the sites. Just being able to take more body shots, get some hits against Varel, and they withstand that onslaught. And then they go again, where now, almost for sure, Varel are kind of broke. And the lead feels as though it has swung over to the other side.
Yeah, I mean, if not the lead, there's certainly the momentum, that is for sure. DFM playing freely on the attack, confidently.
DFM viewing party.
Varel don't have a lot of money, like you say, so it's going to be a half buy. You've got a couple of rifles here, couple of shotties. See what Varel can get done. It's going to have to be somewhat of an unorthodox round from them. They've gone for the 4-1
fast
split.
फेक करके fast से hit करेगी मेरे को तो लगता है. देखो.
Leaving B up to Klaus, who's really only got a sheriff. Foxy9 over towards C.
With a Bucky.
But they've got to make something happen
Fast
with this
catch
push.
split.
LP has very progressed over on A main. Play long, I should say.
अकेला Foxy.
Eventually he's going to run into a
Foxy
trip.
was
I think
Bucky
he's going to
है.
have to go soon because this C side is going to be overwhelmed, and best case scenario for Foxy9 here is maybe he can get himself one. But you're never really going to get more than that. Zexy trying to come across as well now. The hat dropped, and you'll be well aware of the positions of Varel. That lurk coming through from LP a little bit too late to have any kind of impact.
Yeah, like you said.
Zuna's just hoping for a bit of luck with this tap through the box.
Nope.
Not connecting.
Oh, the smoke comes on perfect time too.
Yeah. This surely is not recoverable for Varel. They're going to try and give it a crack behind that blaze wall. Zuna and LP do win themselves a duel on the way in.
Never
Back
mind.
down to a 1v2. This is so winnable. He needs the headshot though. He's got no idea where Cess is. Checking behind.
Bro, lead आ गई DFM पे.
DFM take 10. They have the advantage and they are on their way to their first victory here in stage 2.
3 rounds away from
Love you
it.
मेरे भाई. Love you
And
प्रतीक
it
भाई.
certainly would allow them to heave a huge sigh of relief. They've gone up against, I guess, Titans already inside of Pacific. Their next opponent's T1.
आका में बचा तो लेता है यार.
भाई
वैरल अगर ये मैच हार गई तो वैरल का क्वालिफिकेशन का बहुत बीटी है.
Better going into possibly play-ins or not, but wow, timeout again, TK9.
2 timeouts in about as many rounds for Varel. Not a great sign.
DFM के पास भी एक टाइम आउट बचा रहेगा. Bro, चेक करते VLR. अगर वैरल ये हारती है गेम, ये दोनों टीम के चांसेस है क्वालिफिकेशन के. चांसेस तो है पर इनके ग्रुप में पेपर 100 T1 है.
Over on that side. That last round they weren't able to hold it. Granted the weaponry,
KRX 1-2 चल रही है. KRX वैरल के भी नीचे, टीम सीक्रेट के भी नीचे है भाई. KRX झूल रही है.
Especially considering all the work they've already just put in over on
Wilson
Ascent
अगर
this
2-1
first
हो
half.
गई.
They have the players to make it work,
तो भी अपनी
certainly,
ऊपर है.
but
क्योंकि वो आज इधर
5-4
जाएंगे या 4-4 जाएंगे.
Similar approaches, taking a page out of Varel's book. We'll see what this timeout does though, because there is a big
Gen.G और
investment
G
into
Group
this
Alpha में
round.
बहुत ही clean खेल रही है games.
And we have seen them starting to place players onto deep inserts, maybe potentially
Sorry,
push
love
out
you,
set up
love you, मेरे
flanks. They
Pack it
can't
up, Termi.
hesitate
हाँ ना,
for
triple duelist.
Smoke set up.
एक triple sentinel और एक triple duelist.
It fast into B.
मैं ऑप लगाया शॉट पे.
Success with these faster plays. This time Varel going to well and truly play for the retake. Do have the Hunter's Fury, they do have the Neural Theft. Those could be useful tools depending on the circumstances.
भाई ये बारी गलती नहीं करनी चाहिए.
Or
Never
he might
mind, bro.
not,
May
as
gets
he's
2.
immediately taken down by May. Now Hunter's Fury is
that's
going to
a
get
good
lumped through, and Zuna
That's a
does
good
have
ult, bro.
success. Gets even a tag onto Kaide
दो लोग
as
को
well,
tag
but
मिला.
still a 3-on-3. No
Short
plays wall,
Zexy.
no fast
shit.
lane. They need
Look
to
at
get the
Foxy.
kills here,
Foxy को अभी
Varel,
तक
as they
clear
work
नहीं
their way
किया.
back into B. It's on Cess to try and swing to deny that
Mind,
defuse.
bro.
Can't get it done. Varel are
10
up
to
to
10.
10. They give themselves a little bit of breathing room.
Cares पे win है ना.
It almost went off by the south
Hater
side.
बस एक मैच करता है, बाकी लगे स्ट्रीमर. अरे मेरे भाई.
Quick
जो
rotation,
गेम मेरे को
quick
लगता है कि
pivot
बैंगर
back
होता है वो
over.
मैं करता हूँ यार.
And despite
Shot
May's
में.
huge efforts, just getting tagged up by that
Bro,
Hunter's
actually
Fury.
last year भी नहीं.
Fantastic work by
हाँ,
Suna,
last year
but
December
to
से
Zexy as well.
जितने possible
Immediately
Valorant
ripping
games देख सकता हूँ
overdrive
मैंने
it.
देखा है.
Also for Zuna to anticipate
kick
someone
off
on the
stage
flank
1.
as well, not seeing anything else out towards grass. That was very quick.
पर फिर मेरे को समझा कि फिर गेमिंग छूट जाती है.
No smoke, no cover at all. Like I said,
तो मेरे
no
को बस एक
walls.
बैलेंस बना के रखने का है कि
They just
गेमिंग
had
भी
to hit
होनी
their
चाहिए.
shots, and that's exactly what they did. Varel stay alive for a moment.
This round though, suddenly feeling pressure against A.
Bit of a sack on short. Two players there, and
short
one is
MLP.
enough apparently as
I guess
LP
they're
gets
bad,
both
bro.
Kaide and May,
They're
and
closing
just
this
at the
game now.
11th hour, it might well be Varel that once
recon.
again pull ahead. It's been all the way of DFM up to this point in the second half.
DFM fast commit करने को देख रही है और वो लोग मार खा रहे हैं.
Might be enough to get them over the line once again. Cess has ported up into
दोनों का info आ गया.
heaven
Akame
position.
gets 2 and they win the round.
The ground, they're going to
Never
try
mind,
and make
bro.
this happen, but like, how do you break this setup? Varel have got players
Shots.
everywhere.
Shots.
That's a whip.
Holy.
LP caught with
Holy.
util in hand. Zuna goes down as well, and now all of a sudden it starts to swing up back. 50 seconds. Might still be a little bit too much to play with in the end as DFM concede the round. Varel swinging across 11 to 10. Now have the advantage.
कल पेपर एक्स में बचा. हाँ, कल तो बैंगर दिन है मेरे भाई. कल टीम सीक्रेट पेपर एक्स है. कल जी Gen.G है. कल be watching everything.
Yeah, I don't
कल
like the
ये
sound of
भी.
that, but oh my goodness. Every single round down to the wire. Even Akame just trying to pull off some hero plays to try and bring it back, but ultimately overwhelmed.
आज गेमिंग होगी. हाँ हाँ. बिल्कुल होगी गेमिंग. हैदराबाद के साथ होगी तो. पर हैदराबाद आएंगे थोड़ा लेट.
Timeout, keep things competitive for DFM, but
maybe 5:36 तक आया हैदराबाद.
final investment. They're going in
तो इसलिए
for
मैं इसके बाद मे भी स्ट्रीम बंद करके नई स्ट्रीम चालू करूँ for gaming.
after suffering that.
And maybe we can watch Fnatic का game as well.
At the same time though, for Varel to work in with this sort
इसके बाद मैं जिम चले आता हूँ.
they're working around some of these forward spaces, chokes.
और आज MMA की भी ट्रेनिंग है तो इसलिए आज दो जिम जाने पड़ेंगे.
All right, Trip's going to be cleared out. And so too will Foxy as he just concedes control of that garage position. Little jump forward from May, who's going to have a little look forward. Oh, timing's awkward here. Foxy9 fell off the line, but May cannot capitalize. Sets in through, middle into B.
Wow, yaar, Foxy.
Starting to put a bit of pressure back on, but Varel are answering that very nicely.
Oh,
where does that come from? Out of nowhere. Just the 1-2 punch flick of the week, maybe there.
भाई लड़का ट्राई कर रहा है भैया, कमें ट्राई कर रहा है
Trying to salvage things, but can't do it as Foxy9 goes one better once again. And Varel are up to 12.
Match point.
What's the money look like? I need to, oh my gosh.
Akame का shot दिखाओ यार.
Okay, at least Yasuka has overdrive, but it's not the full kit.
Can we get a Kame pop of the 2K?
Yeah. But what about Foxy Pop? Oh!
We didn't get it on the POV, but I could just tell. I could tell that was nasty.
Certainly was instant. But look at Foxy9 too, like the trades, everything. As soon as LP pops in with the run it back, it's just so quick.
I'm already a partner, मेरे भाई.
Use that for a quick trade, takes down his opponents.
Man. Look at that second half. This is not how that was supposed to go. DFM were winning. They thought they were going to close it out easy, and then Varel said, no, bro. We're going to take 3 in a row, maybe 4, get him over at that point.
कल बैंगर दिन है भाई, कल BBL M8 लफड़ा गेम, पैसिफिक फुल गेम, और अमेरिकाज का है कल, निकल अमेरिकाज अच्छा नहीं है, परसों अमेरिकाज में G2 सेन है.
Varel have got money to buy next round, whether they win or, well, if they win, the game's over. Whether they lose or not.
Yeah.
So, 2 big rounds.
ऐसी यार, flexible रहने के लिए.
I'm told that if DFM lose here, they will
पहले करता था मैं,
secure play-ins. I'm not sure that's what you want to secure per se, but it means that they cannot
2 साल किया है
make it into you know, the top stages quite so easily. They'll have to go through the
हो गई है ना तब से.
Yeah, precisely.
कुछ तो स्पोर्ट ट्राई करना था इसीलिए.
22 and 15 here from Foxy9 has
अब मेरे घर के पास एक बढ़िया MMA जिम है तो बिल्कुल भाई.
Such a fantastic pickup. Probably I think
और वहाँ जो भैया सिखाते हैं वो अपने व्यूअर भी है, तो वो मेरे से पहले महीने की फीस नहीं ले रहे.
Yes. I think it certainly is actually, if this does turn out to be a 3-0. Oh my gosh. LP.
Could well be. I mean, I like that Varel have changed it up here as well, by the way. LP sitting under the window for the first time in the half.
मेरे को बोला पहले महीने ट्राई करो, अच्छा लगा तो ठीक है.
You know, a cheeky position that can catch you off guard in a round like this.
You're going to the site, maybe you have the plant.
मेरे को तो G2 सेन देखना है, that's it. Only American game.
Once again, Foxy9 has to get this job done.
Foxy मारता दो मारता दो.
No rotation
Never mind,
necessarily
Foxy
anywhere
fight check करने की जरूरत ही नहीं थी.
2 duelists in your face, there's nothing you can really do. Luckily, as we've seen, LP under that window, he was able to get himself a cheeky pick. It was enough to catch
OT जाएगा chat ये?
4-on-4 for the
I don't think so.
retake, and
OT.
LP has the
Zexy
flank
को
of
आप से एक
long.
pick चाहिए.
EFM have to watch their spacing though.
He thought about it, but not going to go for it anymore. Zexy on the line, misses the shot. No way, May gets away with one.
Good flash,
that might just be enough to win this round for DFM. Dark goes through. Zuna looking for info. Klausian with the shorty gets himself one. And maybe there's still a chance, and maybe there's not. It is DFM that take us to 11. We will go the full set of regulation rounds in both map 1 and 3, and how painful it would be to lose it here.
1 महीने बाद क्रिकेट चालू. किसी की एकेडमी है? फुटबॉल, क्रिकेट, बास्केटबॉल कुछ है?
Oh my gosh, do they make it close? Unfortunate whiff by Zexy for sure. Perhaps wasn't expecting that many players up close, but that's credit to DFM for recognizing the situation and immediately playing into a close one and done position instead with 3 stacked up.
अचानक से चिल्लाने लग गई क्राउड भाई.
LP onto an Odin now.
Does even really deserve one? भाई इतना तो अच्छा खेल रहे हैं यार वो लोग.
Willing this forward, they want to see
8-4 half था यार, 8-4 half.
Relay bolt shock dart to go forward to take a bit of space, and
Zexy बढ़िया position किया यार.
Are they going to clear it? No. Yes.
Mind, bro.
Kaide on the second jiggle. Gets the important kill, but Zuna is tucked in a corner as well. And by the way, you've also got Yatsuka all the way into B. They're going to go back to B. They're going to cancel on A.
Big flank, big
Varel's
flank.
got no idea.
हाँ? वो commit नहीं कर रहा वो flank.
Foxy9 is maybe starting to cotton onto it now. He's just going to tuck
भाई
himself
Foxy
away.
aware रहेगा यार. Foxy तो walk up के लिए aware रहेगा. Never mind, he's just taking backside. No overcommit.
Wait for the eventual hit.
There's the info.
Okay.
एक का info.
Does Foxy9 go off on his own?
No.
Foxy की fight बड़ी है. या Foxy अगर 2 मारता है तो round खत्म, game खत्म.
Two-pronged approach for Varel done, though. You've got the wrap coming in from LP. I like his timing. Barrel spotted. Maybe he needs to have a look in the other direction, though, because Kamu's on the line for the double. And now the Seekers can go out as well and give away Zuna and Klaus's position. This is surely DFM pushing it into OT. Another week where they look to try to get it done in OT. Unless Klaus could pull off a miracle round. He's getting some kills, he's getting some space, but there's too much to do. And DFM secure it again. Reminiscent of that Paper X game, we go to another OT.
जिसका नाम लेता है वो हक देता नहीं यार.
Refusing to bow out in these final rounds, but it's just so impressive too. Although they were met with a bit of resistance as they set foot around A.
क्या tap दे रहा है यार?
Cancel over onto B side works out a treat.
Even
with Foxy9's positioning.
Akame
Just a little bit spaced too far out away from LP, and the whole team just able to capitalize onto these crucial little moments. Overtime though, and this is where the gloves are off.
Well, it's a good way to start the week, isn't it? First game of week number 3 goes the way of overtime.
DFM game will be decider.
Could still go either way. At one point we would have all said it's DFM, and then it was maybe everyone saying Varel, and now we're back to who knows.
Deep camp towards C.
That's for sure. I mean, even with that
फॉक्सी ने सुना तो है वो कैम।
क्या
क्या ये गैरेज स्प्लिट होगा जैसा वायरल ने बाय राउंड में किया था अपने चौथे या पांचवें?
Definitely playing a lot more defensively though. Yatsuka spots it out, gives himself maybe a bit of an escape route.
Good stun.
Swing on in.
Fight is crucial. Yatsuka gets one.
Actually, that is clean from Yatsuka. Not going to slow Varel down too much.
Number
they want to try and
DFM
barrel their way into C. That's where they had so much success on their own attack. But Yatsuka is an ever-present threat.
If he gets
Hiding
one more,
inside of that cage, round the corner
no,
again.
he gets one
just
more,
the
boy.
one more.
4v3.
Just the one more might be enough.
Big utils, big utils. Ses ke paas flash, Akame ke paas flash.
Plan took a little while to go down as well, so DFM are well and truly on their way.
Easy retake होना चाहिए हाँ अगर यहाँ पे ये लोग ने retake हक दिया ना तो फिर छोड़ दो।
That said, all four
ओए
players
Foxy जिंदा है वे। अबे जब तक Foxy जिंदा है तब तक राउंड मुश्किल है।
From Kaide maybe towards Garage.
Farrell want to meet them by front.
Big flashes.
Doesn't slow things down too much. There's the flash on
Phoenix,
through, and
nice.
LP's going to be a
Backside
dead
as well.
man now on the
Shots,
line. Tuna and
beautiful
Foxy
retake,
9
man.
can't do anything. DFM have series points.
Incredible. And that was just well put together by Yatsuka. You have to witness how he does it alone. I mean, the courage to be able to peek back in, get that eventual kill onto Zexy, who's unfortunately not able to get it through a slide.
Nice किया एक kill के लिए ना वही बहुत बड़ा हो गया। ये 4v4 होता तो BT होता।
Keeps him alive for an extra second where despite being blinded, Yatsuka takes down another. Numbers advantage like you called it, Jordan. And it's just going to continue to give them confidence for what could be the last round of the series now. Just an eruption of cheers for the full Japanese team. That said, though, it's Varel on their defense. Uh-oh, but they're being tested. Just Suna alone by A-Long.
अच्छा था भैया connect नहीं हुआ पर।
Smoke's giving him a little bit of room to work with, but has to back off eventually. Now Smoke through onto Heaven. There's no secret. DFM headed in towards the A side. Fast lane's going to get them in. Dash up over the top from May and Suna for the double. It's still the backfield from Varel.
2v3.
Looking good for the moment. Flash around the corner.
Flash.
Easily avoided and no concerns for Varel.
Never
At the
mind,
moment,
bro.
we go again.
Ranked
The
R
entries
retake,
just
ranked
weren't
R
quite
commit.
clean enough.
Not truly. Smokes, trips, cages, and it's just enough delay. It feels incredibly fast-paced, but it's in those split-second decisions that Suna does just enough damage.
तीसरा भी मार दिया था Suna ने।
Similar to Yatsuka, start off the round with 2 first kills, and the whole team comes in off numbers advantage, even with the flashes through.
ऐसी बात।
Trying to dodge it.
ऐसी बात हो रही है attack round नहीं निकल रहे लोगों के।
I mean, at this stage, I don't know who everyone's cheering for in this crowd. I think both teams have supporters in the house tonight.
May good position by May को foot spot होने वाला है पहले।
Solo push on short does get across.
The timing.
I don't know if May maybe spotted
Insane timing
earlier on there.
Go, go, go.
This is a solid
not
position to
clearing
play
shot.
from for the A side, particularly.
May's just
Dog doesn't
sticking.
spot much, although Zexy's
वो
now
देख रहा है वहाँ
been
पे।
seen. Smoke goes through.
Double
Two
duel
players
on
on
short.
3 on long. Varel going to try their hand at an A hit.
Gets one, gets two. May timing,
has
make
it
a shot
all
away.
on long, and Akame's there to back him up as well.
Bro,
A site is closed.
No entry permitted. They tried initial scouting work done by Klaus. Maybe trying to feign some fake presence as well, but as they eventually push through, the one thing they neglect, it's overtime. You cut some corners or you start to forget some things, but it's May up on elevation.
अब बस attack round निकालना है DFM को।
Just a couple of pivotal kills. Akame as well. Timeout now called.
भाई दोनों teams अपने attack side पे 8 round निकाली थी। अब वो लोग overtime में attack ही नहीं जीत पा रहे।
Well, 3 defensive rounds in a row. Varel moving on to the defense here as well. Prayers from the fans.
I mean, you have to admit,
आंखों में क्या दे रहा है हाँ ना भाई पहले गेम भी उसने ऐसे ही भरा था पहले गेम तो एस किया था यार ब्यूटीफुल एस
secure. They have a lot of these tricky positions that they're playing on the defense.
आंखों में एक्चुअली ना टॉप टियर प्लेयर है
so clear on the hits, but that one where Varel won in round 26 just comes down to Suna being able to put that together. Had it not been for him being able to secure 2 kills,
जैसी टीम में होना चाहिए T1 KRX
It makes you wonder
Genji
what their
ऐसी टीम में
defensive
होना
setup is
चाहिए
going
यार
to be this time around. If they play it passive, even if they try to push out, it's going to be risky either way.
I don't know. I mean, at this point, again, anybody's guess.
Glass cannon op.
मैं op निकाला है.
Once you get to this point in the OT,
attack op निकाला
you
है.
can throw anything out the window, any precognition, any strategies. It just comes down to the moment, whether you can hit your shot, whether you can.
Oh, MLB के पास Odin है.
So, but
whether the util connects, this and that.
DFM slowing things down. If May gets an opening pick, this could be a very different story. So Varel actually making the right call to play it safe instead.
It is an interesting call, isn't it? The glass cannon op, like you say, it's a risk. You do have to prove why you've gone for it. There's not really a pick to be had on A long at the moment, though.
And the drone sees nothing as well. Which is kind of why it's neat that Varel are playing that far back. Foxy9 probably up over by Heaven, working around kill trips, but spotted out by May as well. You see that camera and you kind of know site's not clean. DFM might call a cancel, push somewhere else instead. Varel in position though. Look at two players, A and C link. They're ready for a B hit if it comes to it.
भाई ये बीट में counter utils कितनी सारी है.
Could be everything. There's no trip there to stop him. He could actually navigate past these trips if the hit happens on B. And the rotate is out from Foxy. No, never mind. Kaide's gone too soon. He was the first prong of the attack and maybe needed to be the second. Now with 19 seconds, DFM have been stalled up. They're going to try to go towards C. They're going to go through Garage. And Varel should be well and truly in position to defend it. That fast lane doesn't really slow them down. The spike's been dropped. 10 seconds less now. And it's all on Klaus just at the back of sight, holding it down. Cancelled out by Cess. The planet goes through. You're kidding me. How have they managed that?
For Foxy.
And now it is all on Foxy9, the superstar here for DFM. He's done. DFM will win 15-13. Varel streak is over, and DFM have their first win of stage 2.
They're not going down without a fight. The Japanese protagonists.
Holy shit!
And they just fight tooth and nail for every single round inside of OT. But that is criminal though.
अरे फ्लूरियस, तू थोड़ा सा बेवड़ा है क्या मेरे भाई? तू बेवड़ा है? सुबह सुबह मार के आता है क्या दारू? सामने वो जो वैरल है ना, वैरल जापानीज ऑर्ग है, उसमें 5 कोरियन प्लेयर्स हैं. दूसरी टीम भी देख सामने. Akame deserved, yep.
Yeah, I didn't think Cess was going to get there in time. I thought Klaus was going to deny the plan, and that was going to be.
फिर भी वो जापानीज लोग उनकी और सपोर्ट करते हैं ना. बेशरम. अपने मुंह से कुछ भी निकालने से पहले थोड़ा 2 ब्रेन सेल तो इकट्ठा कर लो. Beautiful game by DFM.
We'll have to see when they do come back for their next game, but on a brighter side, DFM get their first win of the season, and you saw their fans in the viewing party were very pleased. They've been supporting them for the last couple of weeks through the losses, and now they have themselves a win. And I think based on what I've read, that doesn't technically mean that they're now locked in for play-in. So
no reason. तू बना ले टीम. बना जा और
going forward as opposed to just saying, oh well, we're in the play-ins anyway. Look, chances are they probably still are there with a 1-2 record, but technically
ब्लाइंड में भी चिपका दिए खूबी से.
You know, if you can keep yourself in the game.
Ice Slayer भाई. Akame total कितना गया? 54-47. 6 प्लेयर खिला के भी नहीं जीत पाए. है चैट. 6 प्लेयर खिला के भी नहीं जीत पाए, बताओ.
A bit of a ruckus because Varel have lost a game, Paper X have lost a game, everyone's losing games.
1-1-2 1-5-3 होगा ये लोग. ओए इनका ग्रुप तो बहुत ही कुक्ड है. नो स्पूटर मैन. देखेंगे.
네, 이제부터가 시작입니다. 승리를 거둔 DFM의 야츠카 선수 만나보도록 할게요. 승리 축하드립니다. 가장 먼저 마지막 순간에 스파이크가 설치되면서 이렇게 스테이지 2 첫 승을 가져가게 됐습니다. 경기 끝나자마자 야츠카 선수 눈물이 고여있는 모습이었거든요. 소감부터 들어보고 싶네요. Massive congrats, Yatsuka. You were in tears, right? As soon as the game was over, you know, the spike was miraculously planted. You got that first win of stage 2.
कुछ समझ
What was
नहीं आ रहा।
today like for you?
तो उधर
And
के कहीं और ही
what
देख
got
रहा है।
you in tears?
今若干涙ぐんでる様子も見られると思うんですけど、まずはそのステージ2初勝利おめでとうございますといったところで、今日の勝利の感想を教えてください。
200 thieves。
そうですね。まあたった一勝なんですけど、本当に負け続きでちょっと自分が勝ち方忘れちゃったのだったんで、この一勝本当にその勝ち方っていうのを思い出して本当に嬉しいです。
It is just one win, but we were losing, and actually I was like forgetting how to win. But this winning just remind me.
अगर गलती से भी Zeta जीती
그
말대나 मेरे को और
1승이기는
क्या?
하지만 그래도 뭔가 계속해서 지고 있었던 연패 상황이었기 때문에 이렇게 승리를 할 수 있다는 게 너무 기쁘고, 사실 좀 이기는 법을 잊은 듯 했는데 다시 어떻게 이기는지, 그리고 이기는 게 어떤 기분인지 기억이 나는 그런 좋은 승리였다고 하는데요. 그럼 한마디로 승리한 기분이 어떤지도 들어보고 싶네요. So in one word, what does victory feel like?
一言で本日の勝利は安川選手にとってどんな意味を持ちますか？
希望かなと思います。
Hope.
Hope.
오, 희망이라고 얘기를 합니다. 맞습니다. 정말 희망적인 결과를 가져갈 수 있는데요.
English to Korean to English to Japanese to
조합도
Korean.
여러 가지 준비해왔고 경기 내용도 나쁘지는 않았는데 첫
Like Jiddu will
승까지
choke?
기다림의
नहीं
시간이
यार,
있었던 것 같아요.
यार वो लोग Cloud9 के against करते choke तब मैं बोलता कुछ.
경기를 보면서 좀 어떤 부분을 문제라고
Cloud9 के against choke नहीं किया तो यार अभी भी ये लोग नहीं करेंगे
you
most
guys came
probably.
up with, you know, different comms, came in prepared, and you've been flexing on different agents as well. We saw Sesu on Vice today as well. But then you guys kind of had to wait for this win. Why do you think that was? What were you able
अब एक काम करते दोस्तों,
when you look back?
थोड़ी देर बाद आता हूँ, एक दो घंटे बाद आता हूँ, फिर अपन करते हैं गेमिंग। अभी बज रहे हैं 4:30, मैं आता हूँ 6:30 तक, ठीक है? फिर 6:30 से लेके रात तक करते हैं गेमिंग 12 तक, 3 घंटे यूट्यूब, 3 घंटे किक न्यू, ठीक है? लेट्स डाई, इतना बढ़िया प्लेयर है। I mean, उसकी मर्जी यार, बहुत स्ट्रेस होता होगा उसको। चलिए मिलते हैं दोस्तों थोड़ी देर में। एफएस नहीं देखने, नहीं बहुत ही वन साइडेड गेम है। चलिए टेक केयर, बाय बाय।
ミクロ的な部分を意識して練習